Sorry we're late. Runs in the family, right?
Who are you?
Simple. We get inside, find the cooler, fill it with Pepsi.
Isn't that breaking and entering?
No, it's just entering.
I'm not seeing a cooler.
No problem.
That pool's for us.
There's no lifeguard.
This is Aunt Joni. She's married to Uncle Phil. He's from Boca.
Aunt Joni, how is your husband, Phil?
Dead, but I'm very much alive.
I don't quite know.
Can I help you with that?
Oh my gosh, thank you.
To Will and Diane, you go together like Pepsi and hot dogs.
Oh, that's so us, babe.
Pepsi. I'm not needed here. Have a great party, guys.
That really is the perfect combo. Are your friends in the blue Pepsi truck coming over too?
Abort! I'm not sorry for bringing flavor!
The difference with Beam isn't just speed, it's service that you can count on. And when you call, you'll reach real people who live right here. And when you connect, you'll feel the reliability that makes Beam stand out. Now whether it's working from home, streaming your favorites, or keeping up with everyday life, Beam keeps it all running smoothly. And right now, get our 1 gig plan for just $60 a month for your first
Live from the Florence Center in Florence, South Carolina, it is time for a Wednesday night edition of Columbus River Dragons hockey. Hello everybody, my name is Liam. Go time! Gotimer as always. It's an absolute pleasure to be here alongside all of you as your Columbus River Dragons open up the Continental Division Finals against the Pee Dee IceCats. Columbus is in the Continental Division Finals because of an epic battle in Game 3 of Round 1 against the Monroe Moccasins in a contest in which they won by a final score of 4-2 on Sunday afternoon. With that said, let's waste no time and take you back to the River Dragons' triumphant win over Monroe, the first time and the only time they took down the Moccasins in their barn. On defense, it's Nathaniel Mott and Brody Thornton. Trevor Babin in net. The puck has been dropped. The River Dragons take possession. We are officially underway. This is Liam Gotimer saying, it's go time on Game 3. Dustin Gesso wins the face-off draw. Brody Thornton D-to-D with Nathaniel Mott, and he coughed it up to Bellant. Bellant might break free against Thornton, and Babin makes a big save on the backhand. Here's Lucas Texmo shooting right on cue, and Masternak patted that aside. Now another breakaway for Bellant, his second of the period. Babin shut it down! 1 goal in 2 playoff games this series as Babin makes a helmet stop and then gets knocked into. This is Balsamo with Sommers and Mo. Mo shoots, and getting down to block the shot was Lucas Texmo. Fornaris, Scantleberry, and Babin ready. Babin makes a pad save on a drive from the outside from Gerstein. A slapper misses the net as 2 players go down in the crease. That's Sommers and Kyle Moore. Here's Christie the dangle, and how about that stick work from Lucas Texmo again? A 3-on-2 for Columbus. Brody Thornton shoots, and he didn't get 100% of that shot as Hunter crashed into Masternak. 1-on-3 he goes, and Josh Colton, the veteran blue liner, will get it out to center, and there's Balsamo down on the ice. Gesso braces for a bump that does come from Dorsey, but he'll kick it ahead to himself. Gesso does the work below the goal line. Here's a chance for Jemayev, and Masternak down. They're whacking at it. Bookworth is there. He'll turn, go to the back door. It hit Doherty, who is standing his ground. Jemayev on the backhand. He got a whack at it, but he missed the puck and got Masternak's glove instead. Hunter reaches for the puck. He'll dip the shoulder, and a backhander caught by Masternak. This is Scantleberry scores! Tucker Scantleberry high glove. Pick will pick up the puck though. No pun intended. Left wing corner to the front. He's still got it. His pass, Christie dangles on the backhand. Dorsey will slap it off of the boards. It nearly pinballed in. Barrow has Storjahan up the ice. 2-on-1 for the River Dragons. Storjahan with more. Moore scores! Kyle Moore ties the game. That's what I'm talking about, 15. This is Carlos Fornaris behind the net. He'll swivel and center for Scantleberry, who swung and missed. This is Schumacher, and Babin stands up to keep the puck out. Balsamo, how about that takeaway by Tyler Barrow to assist Alex Storjahan, and Josh Colton will seal the deal by tossing it to the Monroe netminder and Masternak, who has finally been beaten. The man to beat him, the player with the most points on the River Dragons during this playoff run, Kyle Moore, number 15. And while you speak of the devil, here he is. Kyle Moore fires, he scores! Kyle Moore, 2 goals tonight. It's 2-1 Columbus. Number 15 is taking over the Bayou. Scantleberry off of a face-off win. Right point, coursing green. Misses the cage. It takes a bad bounce. Man, this ice surface. Scantleberry behind the net. That is just ridiculous. That is just atrocious, man. I've had just about enough of this, really. Scantleberry gets a breeze from Josh Colton, who's not a dirty player, and he just goes head first. It's just, oh my gosh, I'm about to lose my lid. Like, really. And there's a cross-check from Babin onto Scantleberry. And you know what? I don't blame him. Why are you in the crease? You got back up, you were just fine, and then you just decided to stand in the crease. Like, what are you doing? That's not your place to be in, Tucker. Skate away, go to the bench. You already dove and drew a penalty. Let's end this now. And Scantleberry will head off. And he hobbles off, putting on the best act I've seen all year. On the ice for Columbus, it's Nathaniel Mott, Brody Thornton, Brad Fortin, and the captain, Kirk Underwood. The puck has been dropped. We are officially underway. The Moccasins take possession. This is Liam Gotimer saying, it's go time on the third. They score, tipped in the opening 19 seconds of the period. Kyler Matthews took the shot, and it got deflected right into the net. It's a power play goal for Monroe. And just like that, it's 2-2. Here is Christie right side. Getting physical with him is Thornton, but the puck moved quickly. Sommers, the dish. The puck never did get to Gerstein. 35 seconds to go on the power play. One-timer for an error, save, rebound, and Babin with a beautiful catch to perhaps save the season for his team. And what more can you expect in a win-or-go-home contest between two teams who absolutely despise one another and are so well matched, might I add. Prior to the commercial break, you all watched Trevor Babin make a flashy glove grab to keep the Moccasins off of the scoreboard for the third time. This will be a 2-on-1 for Columbus. It's Storjahan and Underwood. Storjahan, Underwood shoots, he scores! The captain delivers! It's 3-2 Columbus. It's a shorthanded goal for number 11. This is a rush here for Christie. A give and go. Babin the save. The rebound comes out. A tie up in front. Hunter out of the box, able to get it off of the flank, but not out of the zone. One-timer Sommers, and what a save made by Babin as he stretched all the way out. Another drive by Matthews. That hit Gesso. The puck to the side of Babin. Fornaris at the right point. Does well to keep it in. Here is Christie to the cage. High slot save. Babin. Rebound. And Babin got crashed right into, and the puck was sent high. And now we've got Scantleberry at the bench. Scantleberry being restrained by the referee. That's a sore loser right there. And he is going to be led off to the locker room. And now we've got more in front of Babin here. Doherty and Ballant. And Ballant just throwing haymakers at Doherty. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a team that does not know how to lose. And now Dorsey just going after Bulkwill. This is a pathetic display by the Moccasins. Really pathetic. This is not what makes our sport great. What makes our sport great are two teams who battle against one another and most importantly have respect for one another. There's no respect being shown right now. The Moccasins are down 2 goals and they do not want to accept that they are going to stay home once these 30 seconds come off the clock. Casey Gerstein heads off. Jamie Dorsey trails him. And there won't be many players remaining on this handshake line for the Moccasins. Well, Casey Gerstein, Andrew Ballant, Jamie Dorsey, and Tucker Scantleberry, enjoy your showers. Jemaev will whack it far side boards. Fornaris will hustle. He leaves it on behind for Christie, who shoots. It's blocked by Mott. Another chance from Christie. Save made by Babin. 2-on-1 rush for Underwood and Stefanini. Underwood with 1 second left. Stefanini off of his tape. But this game is over. The River Dragons are going to the second round. They defeat Monroe 2-1 and will face the Pee Dee IceCats for a chance at the Commissioners Cup. The final score tonight, Columbus 4, Monroe 2. This game is over. This series is over. And the River Dragons, despite being counted out by a lot of the league, come into Monroe and beat the Moccasins in a win or go home game number 3.
The difference with Beam isn't just speed, it's service that you can count on. And when you call, you'll reach real people who live right here. And when you connect, you'll feel the reliability that makes Beam stand out. Now whether it's working from home, streaming your favorites, or keeping up with everyday life, Beam keeps it all running smoothly. And right now, get our 1 gig plan for just $60 a month for your first 3 months. Fast, dependable, and local. Beam Broadband, connection you can count on.
An orthopedic injury doesn't mean you have to spend hours in the ER. Houston Urgent Ortho now offers orthopedic urgent care 6 days a week. At Houston Urgent Ortho, see an orthopedic specialist for your fracture, sprain, strain, or pain. Everything you need for your orthopedic injury is here, because orthopedics is all we do. Go straight to the specialist. Go to Houston Urgent Ortho.
You're not the only.
A warm welcome back to Florence, South Carolina, and to the River Dragons Broadcast Network. My name is Liam Gotimer. On your screen right now, the River Dragons completing their warm-ups. 2.5 minutes remains on those. Prior to the commercial break, though, you all saw the win in Monroe on Sunday evening. A 4-2 final score. Kyle Moore put on his hero cape and scored twice. I'm sorry, I'll get it right. Kyle Bleepin' Moore scored twice in less than 3 minutes apart. Those 2 goals for Kyle Moore. It gave the River Dragons a 2-1 lead after Tucker Scandalberry opened the scoring in the contest. Kyler Matthews tied the game early in the 3rd, but your captain came out clutch. Kirk Underwood, shorthanded, a snipe into the top corner past Tyler Masternak. That accounted for the series-winning goal. Once again, shorthanded for number 11, your captain, Kirk Underwood. The game was sealed by Brad Fortin, who scored into the empty net. Fortin continuing his hot play up front as a rookie for Columbus. In between the pipes, the goaltender, Trevor Babin. He made his 3rd start in 3 nights. Tonight, he makes his 4th start in 6 nights. On Sunday, Babin made 41 saves on 43 shots. There's not much else I can say about Trevor Babin. Night in and night out, just amazing. On the other side, for the Monroe Moccasins, Tyler Masternak, the goaltender that Columbus failed to crack on Saturday night, which of course was game 2, a 3-0 win for the Moccasins. He stopped 23 of 26. He lost the game, and he, alongside every single one of his teammates, went home, eliminated in a winner-go-home game 3 on their home ice. Before we get to Coach's Corner, featuring your head coach, of course, Jerome Boom Boom Bichard. Let's talk about how the how the Pee Dee IceCats got here. Well, they got here by taking down the Athens Rock Lobsters. It was a best-of-3 series. Pee Dee only needed 2 games. And the Continental Division Finals kicks off. Once again, the puck drops at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. With that said, here's your head coach, Jerome Boom Boom Bichard. Coach, 4-2 win and a winner-go-home Game 3 on Sunday in Monroe. What did you see from your team?
Oh, epic battle. Had to overcome a lot of things in Monroe. Ice conditions, playing a football game instead of a hockey game, and just fans. But the guys kept the distractions to a minimum. We were able to handle that, and obviously scored some timely goals at the perfect times, and then we held on for dear life.
Monroe scored the first goal of the game in the second period. How do you keep your team engaged going down 1-0 in a building that you had not won in at all during the regular season and playoffs?
Yeah, well, I kind of said early on that we were due. We were due there, and good things happen to good people. And I really do think karma played into it, and God was on our side. But you know what? As far as that goes, I mean, they scored their goal, and we answered pretty quickly. So it wasn't a matter of I had to will my guys to play a certain way. They responded immediately, and that's the best way. Like, I mean, it's hockey, and it's a long game, and anything can happen, and obviously anything did happen.
Kyle Moore scored those 2 goals in quick succession to give your club the lead. He leads the team in points during the postseason thus far. How important is it to have him at the very top of his game at the biggest moments?
Well, you know what? Your big players have to play big. Your big players have to play big, and he's one of the big guys on the top line. And then, your somewhat role players have to contribute as well, kind of thing. And you know what? It was an 18-man job on Sunday where, made a couple changes. Little Tex was in for the first time in the playoffs, and Steph was in the same thing. And Little Tex brought something that we hadn't had. He made some unbelievable breakout plays, and he defends well, even though he's 5'9" or 5'10". He took a beating, and then Steph, obviously that's his old team, so I thought it was a good stick in there to try to get him a little bit motivation with it being 3 games in 3 nights. Fresh legs too, type thing. So anyways, it was again an all-around 18-man, 200-foot game by everybody.
We go to the end of the second period, and then Tucker Scantlebury sells a hit to the back from Josh Colton, and then gets into the crease of Trevor Babin. Just what did you see in that whole situation?
Yeah, you gotta love how he plays and what he brings to the table. Their fans love him. Their team love him. He's the type of guy you'd love to have on your team, but you hate playing against him. And you know what? There's a fine line. I know there's a bunch of Facebook stuff out there, Babs. I'm like, listen, he knows exactly what he's doing. He plays a little bit like me. I knew exactly what I was doing every minute of the time I was on the ice. He's the same way. Same time, you do still have to have a little bit of respect. Like, I mean, if you know that's coming. He's, hit by Colton, whether he sold that penalty or not, probably did. Was it a penalty? We'll take it, whatever. Miraculously, he's just about dead. And then he's fine, and we've got enough energy to find Babin's crease. Does Bab needs to hold on to that a little bit? Probably, but it was a push from the back. It wasn't malicious. If he wanted to jump him and fight him and attack him from that, Trevor Babin can do that and has done that. And I'll give him credit to hold his composure a little bit. It was a little push to the back, and again, he sold that as well. And it is what it is, and that doesn't make Trevor Babin a bad person. That doesn't make Scantlebury a bad person. I don't know him off the ice. I'm sure he's a pleasant young man, but he does play a certain way that rubs a lot of people the wrong way.
The Moccasins cashed in on that power play, although it did topple over from the second period to the third period. How deflating was that right at the beginning of the frame, 19 seconds in, on a shot that may have gotten tipped by one of your own players?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, deflating or not, I mean, we responded the right way. At this point of the season, it's so important to have no highs and no lows, and keep your head on straight. And it's just another play that we have to go and execute the next one, and this and that. So. I mean, obviously I think we responded well. I mean, type thing, and they kept on coming, they kept on hitting, they kept on doing their job, and we responded in the right way by making some good plays and getting out of our end, and having a fine line between urgency and what's the word I'm looking for? Just urgency and desperation. I mean, we played with urgency, and for the most part, I didn't think we played with desperation as far as getting pucks out and all that stuff.
The captain, Kirk Underwood, comes through yet again in the clutch. Not just his game-winning goal, but he made a couple of defensive plays to prevent the Moccasins from breaking out on the rush. Just talk about his game, specifically transitioning from defense to offense, and what that has opened up for your team. Yeah,
well, Undy's always been a forward, playing D, and obviously his skating is top notch, and his will to battle, will things to get through, second efforts at the right time, and a guy's strapped on his back at the blue line, and he miraculously has a guy there and has the puck and loses the puck and miraculously gets it out, and then was able to use his speed to get back up in the play. And you know what, it's a bang play, one quick pass over the red line or over the center ice line, and I say not the center ice line, the red line, but the center ice line of the east-west line, and it's a quick one pass, one step, and I try to tell my guys all the time, if you can shoot the puck as soon as you possibly can, your goalies tend to hopefully lose a little bit of their angle and this and that, and then thank God he finally shot somewhere where it wasn't on his glove, because Masternak has an unbelievable glove, and he went far side over his shoulder, blocker side, and that's where he needed to go. So can't say enough about Undy, how he's playing and what he's been doing up front for us over the last couple of weeks.
Trevor Babin does it again, 3 games and 3 nights, and he just knocked it out of the park in an elimination game. Yeah, you know what, I kind of going in, I'm like, it was Babs' the whole way, and going into it, I told Royce, hey, Babs is on a tight, short leash, just, we'll see how it goes, but be ready to go at all times, just in case, he doesn't have it, playing 3 games, 3 nights. But no, Babs has been locked in all along. On Friday night, I'd like to think he'd probably like to have 1 or 2 of those back on Friday night, and, at the end of the day, 3 games, it's a series, and, we didn't have it on Friday night, and winner take all, and Babs again stood in tall and made all the big ones, and then he obviously made all the little ones that he needed to make. So it was great to watch. And again, you go back to keeping his head on straight. The knock on Babs is that he can get off his game,
get around the crease and bump him a little bit and get him off mentally type thing, and he's locked in the whole way.
You talk about getting knocked off mentally. Let's talk about Dustin Jesso a little bit. How do you think he managed 2 road games in Monroe? And I saw them going after him quite a bit.
Yeah, you know what, he's, you know, what I just said about Babin, I can say the same thing about Jess. You know, the knock on him is he's easy to get off his game and this and that. And he was pretty dialed in. Monroe went after him quite a bit, and he's played with a couple of those guys on that team. And then obviously, coming from Pee Dee,
knows the book.
We'll see how that goes. I'm sure there will be a lot of conversation going on, and he's just got to stay dialed in, and let one thing come in this way and go out that way. It doesn't really matter what anybody says. Talk's cheap, and let's go and go play and let your play show do the talking.
Closing the book on Monroe, I'm curious, final 30 seconds of the game, there was a lot going on. There were a lot of emotions flying. Did that carry over to the handshake line at all? And how did that go? And just what did you see from your perspective?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, obviously with the little line brawl going on at the end, the guys getting kicked out, I thought the referees actually did a great job clearing those guys out of there. They're all standing there waiting for it to come to an end, and I thought they did a pretty good job getting those guys out of there because emotions were high. And then, yeah, the handshake line went as it was. There are a lot of well wishes and good battling, and I love you a couple little bit here and there, and yeah, that's the special part of the game, is you just went through a war, and now you're at center ice shaking lines and congratulating and wishing people luck and good luck throughout the rest of their careers and what's going on.
Would you mind sharing what you said to Hagen Mo? I noticed that you just stuck around a little bit longer.
You know what, I just said, hey, you know what, you had a great season, and you know what, from last year to this year, I thought you've been the most improved player in the whole league, I would think, per se, and he was a big part of that hockey team.
Looking ahead to the Pee Dee IceCats, of course, they sweep the Athens Rock Lobsters. Were you a little bit surprised by that result in the first round?
No, that's kind of what I thought was going to happen. I mean, I didn't see the scoring being 8-2 and 8-2 per se. Just knowing what happened with Athens, they lost a couple of their roster guys and this and that, and I just didn't see 8-2. Now, the last game of the year, playing against Pee Dee, the last 2 games here, we said we pretty much said, hey, we'll see you in a couple of weeks per se. So, no surprise on our side. I know we surprised some people, and I think they surprised some people, and we weren't surprised.
The River Dragons really took it to the IceCats in the season series early on, but as the season had gone along, the script slipped a little bit. I think it goes to the thought process of it doesn't matter really how you start, it's how you finish. And at the start of the season, they didn't have what they needed, and they made some changes, and they got a fast, hard-working hockey team that has some skill, and they have a great work ethic, and they're always re-attack the puck, and you don't have a whole lot of time. You're going into Pee Dee with kind of a smaller dimensional rink, which is a little bit of a positive on their side because they play there all the time. They know the bounces. The ice is going to be terrible. The boards are pretty bouncy, and nothing's really true there. So, I mean, we just got to manage our puck. Our puck management has to be spot on. We can't overhandle the puck. We can't make an extra pass. We don't need to play pretty and fancy. We need to eliminate turnovers in the neutral zone because it is tight. When there's plays to be made, we need to make them, and when it's time to dump the puck in and go to work, we need to do that. And again, hockey's all timing. Knowing when you, again,
don't have that play. It's chip and a dump. Put pressure on their D and let them overhandle things and this and that. And so, anyways, nothing changes on our end.
Coach, last question for you. What's the state of the defense? Mike Wynn, of course, goes hard into the boards in the first period. Lucas Texmo slots into, first game of the playoffs.
Winner's probably not going to be available for Wednesday. We're going to monitor it and see how he is on the weekend. Little Tex played great. And then the other factor is Nathaniel Mott actually has to go back to school, so we're going to miss him for at least this round, and we'll kind of figure it out after this week is going. So that might put Psalms in the lineup on the back end, which is another great thing for Psalms. Like, he's chomping at the bit, and he can eat up some time on the back end, and he eats shots, and he's fairly physical, and he sees the ice well as far as moving the puck. So looking forward to see him play.
Coach?
Hey, play for an ultra?
We're playing for ultras. Bracy for an ultra?
Put an ultra on it. Don't forget, there's ultras on the line. I didn't.
Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
The difference with Beam isn't just speed, it's service that you can count on. And when you call, you'll reach real people who live right here. And when you connect, you'll feel the reliability that makes Beam stand out. Now, whether it's working from home, streaming your favorites, or keeping up with everyday life, Beam keeps it all running smoothly. And right now, get our 1 gig plan for just $60 a month for your first 3 months. Fast, dependable, and local. Beam Broadband, connection you can count on.
Let Shredaway, a division of the Overby Company, take care of all your document shredding needs. We can design a custom shredding program for your business today. No need to purchase equipment, no maintenance expenses, no need to prepare records for destruction, increase employee productivity, increase security, no worry. Was it really destroyed? Right now, all new customers can receive 10% off. Shredaway, a division of the Overby Company, locally owned and operated in downtown Columbus. That's Shredaway, 706-577-9668.
Every day we're on the road, dedicated to servicing our community and neighbors. At Air Force Heating and Air, we're committed to your family's comfort all year round. Whether you need repairs, maintenance, or new system installation, the Air Force team is here for you, residential and commercial. Plus, we offer duct cleaning and sealant services, air quality and virus protection, and plumbing. Call Air Force Heating and Air today. Serving you is our top priority.
Welcome back to South Carolina. My name is Liam Gotimer. Puck drop. We are closing in on it. Less than 10 minutes away. Before we get you there, though, it's now time for the fire starter of the night. And the fire starter of the night, Sunday in Monroe, was your captain, number 11, Kirk Underwood. And, well, all he did was score the series-clinching goal shorthanded in the third period. A big reason why the game was tied in the third period and why the River Dragons were able to weather the early storm from the Moccasins playing in front of their home fans, which, as we know, they always get up for. It was number 6, Lucas Texmo, who came up largest on the back end. Lucas playing in his first game in nearly 2 months. This is a rookie blue liner, 20 years old. Out of Ontario. In every single situation, he was just outstanding. And he took a beating in that game. Monroe definitely brought the physicality, but Lucas Texmo also brought what he brought all regular season long. That's the ability to be stable on the back end for his team, even after an elongated absence. So Lucas is right back in there tonight, and he is the fire starter of the evening. With a fire starter of the night means we must have a pest of the game. Well, the pest of the game is Houston Wilson. He wears number 17. He is a forward. 6'0" he stands, 181 pounds he weighs. He hails from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. During the regular season, Houston Wilson had 18 goals, 41 assists for 59 points in just 48 games. In just 2 games during this year's Commissioners Cup playoff run, of course, with Pee Dee sweeping Athens right out of the postseason, he had himself a goal and 3 assists for 4 total points. And if Pee Dee is going to get off and running in this series, just like they did against the Rock Lobsters, Houston Wilson is going to be a massive reason why. He is tonight's pest of the game. Thank you, as always, to our friends over at Cook's Pest Control. This is how your Dragons will line up tonight. There are a few changes. The first line, though, remains unchanged. It'll be Tyler Barrow, number 8. He led the league in points during the regular season with 112. He was tied for the league lead in goals with 42. Who is he tied with? Well, a player on the other end of the sheet this evening who plays for the Pee Dee IceCats. That is number 27, Patrick Smarson-Kevics. In the middle, on that first line, it's Alex Storjahan, the big game player. Storjahan through 3 playoff games this year, 6 points, a goal, and 5 assists. On the right side will be Kyle Moore, number 15. Excuse me, I'll once again get it right. Kyle Bleepin Moore, wears number 15 out of Charlotte, North Carolina, will play alongside Barrow and Storjahan. Ryan Hunter will skate on the left wing alongside Kirk Underwood, number 11, your captain. They formulated quite a bit of chemistry since being put together with one another on that second line. Of course, after Kirk got moved up to the forward unit, Brad Fortin, number 61, the ravishing rookie, will play on the right. The third line, it's Alexander Jemayev, number 71. He will skate with the former Pee Dee IceCat, number 12, Dustin Gesso, and number 25, Ben Stefanini. There's one extra forward, that's Scott Doherty. Ryan Galvin will not play in tonight's game. On defense, Lair Patakin paired up with Josh Colton. I mentioned that Ryan Galvin is out. Well, so is Mike Wynn. Mike Wynn took quite a tumble into the backboards in the first period of Game 3 against Monroe on Sunday. Hoping that he makes a speedy recovery, but Mike Wynn will not play for the River Dragons tonight. Nathan Balkwill will skate alongside Lucas Texmo. They were put together on a whim on Sunday, and they were elite, playing with one another. Let's hope for more of the same once the puck drops tonight. Nathaniel Mott will not play for the River Dragons either this evening, so Brody Thornton will play alongside number 23, Justin Samaro. Never easy to take a mainstay out of the lineup, especially on the back end, but Justin Samaro, I bet he's up for the task. He has been waiting for his opportunity, and he is back in the starting lineup tonight. We are going to miss you, Nathaniel Mott and Mike Wynn, but we are in good hands with Lair Patakin and Justin Samaro, who come into the starting lineup after not playing on Sunday. In goal, holy moly, what a goalie. Number 72, Trevor Babin out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Simply elite during this playoff run. 2-1 record, 2.67 goals against average, and a .937 save percentage. Both of those numbers are second in the FPHL, behind one goaltender, and unfortunately he plays for the Pee Dee IceCats. The former River Dragon, Brendan Colgan, he will be starting for the home side tonight. Fans, round 2 game tickets are now available, and you can gear up for the second round by taking 20% off our merchandise site. Scan the QR code on the right for some merch, the QR code on the left for some tickets. The puck drops at 7:05 p.m. on Saturday night at the Dragon's Lair and 6:05 p.m. if necessary on Sunday. Ryan Galvin may not be playing tonight, but you can still take home the jersey right off of his back. Scan the QR code on the screen for your chance. You can also take advantage of the Brewster's BOGO bundle starting at $70 for tickets for Brewster's BOGO coupons and 4 River Dragons hats. Scan that QR code on the left to take advantage of that offer. Thank you, as always, to our friends over at Brewster's. Once again, starting at $70, experience River Dragon playoff hockey the right way with some merch and 4 Brewster's BOGO coupons. Back to ice level, we will leave it here as the national anthem is forthcoming. Then it's puck drop on game 1 of the Continental Division Finals.
Thank you. Now, fans, please turn your attention to the spotlight in section 225, row B, seats 3 and 4, and join us in a moment of silence in memory of season ticket holder Blaine Smith. Thank you. Fans, please remain standing. Gentlemen, remove your hats. To honor America with our national anthem brought to you by Austin Wilson State Farm and being performed tonight by Chris Lewis.
Minutes on the clock. Both teams on the sheet. The Columbus River Dragons and the Pee Dee IceCats for Game 1 of the Continental Division Finals. Hello, everybody. My name is Liam. Go time, Gotimer. As always, it's an absolute pleasure to be here alongside all of you in this first period, which, as always, is brought to you by our friends over at Chick-fil-A in Midland. Columbus will skate from left to right, while Pee Dee will attack from right to left. The River Dragons wear their white uniforms with the black and teal letters and numbers along the back and on the sides, while the IceCats will wear their black sweaters with the white and gray letters and numbers along the back and on the sides. For the River Dragons, they will open up with number 12, Dustin Gesso, number 71, Alexander Jemayev, Number 25, Ben Stefanini. On defense, it's Justin Samaro and Brody Thornton. In goal, the Dark Knight, Trevor Babin. It's Jesso against Zaitchik. The puck has been dropped. We are officially underway. This is Liam Gotimer saying, it's go time on the Continental Division Finals. There's an immediate takeaway by the Pee Dee IceCats inside of the offensive zone, but no penalty as a Pee Dee player fell down to the sheet. The IceCats are here because, well, they took down the Athens Rock Lobsters in 2 games in a best-of-3 series in round 1. Columbus beating the Monroe Moccasins in 3. The River Dragons look to establish the offensive zone, but Denis Zaitchik, the two-way forward out of Belarus, will lift the puck up the left wing. It's stopped by Brody Thornton, who will take a bump to the shoulder. Brad Thornton supports him, and he will squeeze past his own blue line. Miguel Diaz, though, turns it back. That's the captain for Pee Dee. The puck moved quickly by Colton, tipped along by Thornton. Here's Hunter, a back pass from below the goal line. Next to the goaltender for the IceCats, that's Brendan Colgan, the former River Dragon. A large crowd here in Florence for a Wednesday night. As Miguel Diaz under some pressure from Ryan Hunter. He'll dish it back for Patrick's Marcinkiewicz, number 27. Marcinkiewicz matched Tyler Barrow for the most goals in the FPHL during the regular season. As Houston Wilson, the pest of the game, misses the net. And a drive from the wall is gloved by Trevor Babin. We have our very first stop, a $1:35 into the game. Houston Wilson with a little bit of extra for Kyle Moore. Kyle Moore does not like that. He has a word with the referee. Kyle Moore on the ice for this defensive zone faceoff. Well, he scored 2 goals in a win-or-go-home game against Monroe on Sunday. Back-to-back goals, might I add, less than 3 minutes apart. River Dragons lose the draw here, though. Jacob Hamilton, who is the veteran defenseman, picked up the puck outside of the blue line, so would have been offside had he entered. Columbus from the corner. Nathan Balkwill will toss it up to the right of Colgan, who lifts up his left arm to secure an icing. Colgan, so far in these playoffs, 2-0-0, 2.00 goals against average, and a .956 save percentage. That leads the FPHL. The faceoff, though, comes to the stick side of Trevor Babin. Babin in his last start for Columbus, as we have a heavy check in the far side corner. Made 41 saves on 43 shots in a win on Sunday. In fact, in all 3 games, he made at least 35 saves, as we have some extracurriculars behind the Columbus net. Tyler Barrow there, Alex Storjahan too. Kyle Moore making sure that Noah Robinson has no lane to the melee. You can expect things to get physical. And the referee has his arm in the air. What do we got? The Pee Dee power play unit is coming out onto the ice. Laikov, Zaitchik, Frolov, Razulov, and Delisavita, but no loss of manpower. We will remain at even strength. A reminder that this series is another best of 3. The first team to 2 wins will move on to the Continental, or to the Commissioners Cup final, I should say. So here's Dominic Delisavita, number 4, outside of the red line. He'll toss it into the grasp of Nathan Balkwill, who gets it past the blue line, but only as far as Timur Razulov, who will smack it off of the far boards inside of the offensive zone. Laikov to the back door, and Babin closed the pads. Here we go again. This time it's Lair Patakin. Now Laikov just throwing punches. I don't believe he has a willing participant. Now we've got a fight officially. It's Laikov against Tyler Barrow. Frolov was there too. And now we've got Kyle Moore along the wall. And he shoves his man straight down to the ice. Not seen on the camera, but this has not stopped. The linesman just trying to get in the way. Kyle Moore made quick work of Dennis Zajac. That's not Zajac's game. That is, on the other hand, Kyle Moore's game. But you got to respect it. It's playoff hockey, baby. And both teams are amped up and excited. Best chance of the game so far to the Pee Dee IceCats. We will see what loss of manpower comes out of this for either side. Captain of the River Dragons, Kirk Underwood, and the captain of the Pee Dee IceCats, Nicholas McGill-Diaz, both waiting at the scorer's table. I'm calling the game adjacent to where Brendan Colgan is standing, so where that fray began was outside of my sight line, unfortunately. I was looking on alongside all of you on what the camera had provided, which in the early portions of the scrum was what was going on, but towards the end, the focus was elsewhere. What a start to the Continental Division Final. I don't think these two teams like each other very much. But luckily, unlike Monroe, I think cooler heads will prevail sooner rather than later. These are just two teams that want to win in the right way. Thank you to everybody who is streaming tonight's game on the River Dragons Broadcast Network. I most certainly appreciate it. A reminder that Game 2 will be 7:05 on Saturday night. Game 3, if necessary, Sunday at 6. Both games will be played at the Columbus Civic Center. That's where the River Dragons will travel back to after the completion of tonight's contest, hoping to go home with a 1-0 series lead. Something that both teams were able to accomplish in the first round. River Dragons lost one game in round number 1, of course, leading to a third and deciding contest on Sunday. Pee Dee, on the other hand, swept the Athens Rock Lobsters right out of the playoffs, and the two games were not particularly close. An 8-2 win in Game 1. Game 2 was a little bit tighter, 7-2. That was a joke, of course. I think the result of that series was less of an indication of the Athens Rock Lobsters struggling. Of course, I touched on it in Monroe. So difficult to be without Daniil Glukaryov, Gleb Van Durken, Eric Neely. Not sure how healthy Garrett Milan was either. But for me, the result of that series was more of an indication of how dangerous of a club the Pee Dee IceCats are. I had a chance to talk with Tom Callahan, who previously called games here in Columbus. We did a video segment that was on the Pee Dee IceCats broadcast. I will get my hands on that and edit it and get it posted on the River Dragons YouTube, and perhaps I will allow you all to watch it on the broadcast on Saturday night. We broke down the series and why we believe each of our teams will move on to the Commissioners Cup Final. Tom talked about the depth of the IceCats up front, and there is most certainly a lot of it. My reasoning? The River Dragons are due for a spot in the Commissioners Cup Final. Bowed out in the second round the last 3 seasons to the Carolina Thunderbirds. Now in the Continental Division Final again, facing another Carolina team, just not the Thunderbirds. As there's a penalty on the River Dragons. Balkwell going to be whistled down for interference. 2:47 into the game. Going back to the fight. It's interference on Balkwill. Columbus to the floor and decor penalty kill. There are the numbers for each team. During the postseason. As a drive from the right misses the net behind Babin. A chance to clear for Columbus, and they do. That's Josh Colton funneling the puck to the red line. So PD's power play during the playoffs at 0%, while during the regular season they operated at north of 20%, which is exactly where you want to be. For Columbus on the penalty kill, they were stable down a man during the regular season, hovered between 81 to 83% pretty much the entire year. During the playoffs, they're at 78%. Of course, the Monroe power play, lethal. As Hamilton will go down the near wing, he'll get the puck back, a blast. Babin makes the save, a positional one. The River Dragons 50 ticks through the floor and decor penalty kill. Benjamin Pizzamenti, who began the year in Columbus, he will take the face-off for the Pee Dee IceCats. I was a big fan of Pizzamenti when he was here in Columbus, especially his two-way ability as Babin watches the puck scream his way. He'll get the glove on it. Another face-off win for the IceCats, and the dot for me is going to be a big area of this series. Whoever controls the face-off game will most likely lead in possession, and both teams can be dangerous when they have a lot of possession time. As De La Savita lets it rip from center point, it's blocked, and now Columbus will work out on a 2-on-1 shorthanded rush. This is Brad Fortin across the ice, and the captain, Kirk Underwood, couldn't get to it. So Patrick Marcinkiewicz, he weaves in, he is shifty. Underwood got a piece of the pass, but the puck came out for a teammate, and Babin, on the seat of his pants, makes the catch, despite the net being knocked off of its moorings. 29 seconds left to go on the floor and decor penalty kill officially. A reminder that Nathan Balkwill is in the penalty box. 2 minutes for interference to Nathan. PD during the regular season finished 4th in the Continental Division. They grabbed that last playoff spot, faced off against the #1 seed, and swept them, while the River Dragons finished 3rd. Behind the Monroe Moccasins, who they took down in round 1. So Patrick Marcinkiewicz, 42 goals during the regular season. That was a headhunter that Babin was up to the task for. A quick note on Patrick Marcinkiewicz. He hails from Riga, Latvia. He played with his brother Dominic's earlier this year. And you think he's dynamic by himself. Just wait until you watch him with his twin brother. Well, you're not going to be able to. That's because, well, Dominic's is in the SPHL with the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs. Luckily for PD, though, Patrick's elected to stick around. Even with that, though, I will echo what Tom said during our pregame chat. They may not have Dominic Marcinkiewicz, who was a key cog to the offensive operation for his team, but depth for days. And Drew Welsh, a big part of that depth. Some players around the league just impress you. Watching them, Drew Welsh for me. As Ben Stefanini inside of the defensive zone with his team on the penalty kill for another 10 seconds. This is game 1 of the Continental Division Final. On the ice alongside Stefanini is Lucas Texmo, Alex Storjahan, and Josh Colton. There's a rink-wide pass as coming out of the box is Balkwill. That was a glove save made by Trevor Babin. Right wing corner, Patrick Marcinkiewicz. He shoots. Babin stayed glued to the bar post. There's a big bump from Lucas Texmo, the fire starter of the night. Can Columbus get it out? They can't. Marcinkiewicz reverses to the line. Welsh over to the right. De La Savita. Marcinkiewicz, who flicks it back for De La Savita. He did not hit the cage. Josh Colton gets physical with number 27. And the puck is airlifted outside of, or inside of the defensive zone, up over the glass and into the crowd. That's delay of game if it did not deflect. The IceCats want a power play here. We'll find out if they have one coming when we come back. Columbus, it's time to show your pride with official River Dragons merchandise. Every piece lets you take Columbus hockey with you wherever you go. Stand with your team, show your colors, and bring the energy of the ice to your everyday. Get your River Dragons gear today and wear your loyalty to your club loud and proud. Let's go Dragons!
Hey, play for an ultra?
We playing for ultras? Brace you for an ultra?
Put an ultra on it. Don't forget, there's ultras on the line. I didn't.
Michelob Ultra, superior like beer.
A warm welcome back to Florence. My name is Liam Gotimer. The score is 0-0. The River Dragons have already been penalized in this game. Well, they will be penalized for a second time. It's 2 minutes for delay of game to be served by Ben Stefanini. The River Dragons held the IceCats off of the board on their first power play, which came just moments prior to the commercial timeout. They will have to do so again as the road team lifts the puck up over the glass into the crowd from the defensive zone without the puck deflecting off of the glass. That is textbook delay of game. So a minor penalty. Columbus will be down a man for 2 minutes. This is Timur Razulov. Just one goal during the regular season for Razulov, and it was perhaps the biggest goal of the year for his team, at least during the regular season, because, well, it was the goal that sent Pee Dee to the playoffs, taking down the Twin City Thunderbirds on home ice. So Razulov, a blue liner out of Russia. Right side, this is Marcinkiewicz. Rink wide, that puck will trickle over to the left wing corner. Miguel Diaz to the line. Razulov to the circle. Quick tap over to the left wing. Dasher. Miguel Diaz sends it back to Razulov, who was calling for the puck. Here's a slapper from Miguel Diaz, and that is snagged right out of the air by Trevor Babin. Trevor Babin, 26 years old, 6'1", 176 pounds. During the regular season, 15-5-5, 3.13 goals against average, and a save percentage of .909. And during last year's playoffs, he was 3-2-0, a 2.94 goals against average, and a .915 save percentage. He helped lead the Dragons to Game 3 of the Continental Division Final last year. The captain, Kirk Underwood, in the near dot. We have a bit more of a delay until the puck will drop. River Dragons the higher seed, but they play game 1 on the road. It's a tough spot to be in, but they do have a luxury of having the next 2 games on home ice, should they not win this evening. And I believe Kyle Moore is going to be escorted to the penalty box. I would love to get an answer for this. It'll remain a 5-on-4. Interesting. There's a one-timer, and Babin again reaches out with his right arm to pluck it straight out of the air. Trevor Babin tonight backed up by Tyler Roy, while Brendan Colgan is backed up by Gage Reimer, the rookie. For Trevor Babin, this is 4 games and 6 nights. I had a chance to talk with Josh Colton before the game, and he told me for a goaltender, that is just insane. And it's a testament to Trevor Babin and the conditioning that he keeps himself in. So Razulov will reverse. Marcinkiewicz, the approach. His team is on the power play for just another 60 seconds. He attempted to knife through. The River Dragons stopped him down, and there's another penalty on Columbus. Or is it? They're going to have a trip, and this is not going to be on Columbus. I stand corrected. This will be on Pee Dee. So we will skate 4 aside for another 51 seconds. That's Vadim Frolov going to the penalty box. I'd like to congratulate Vadim on the birth of his son, Jackson. Tom told me that. It's Lytkov that goes to the box. Excuse me, Frolov was in the box already. But congratulations to Vadim. That's awesome. See, I got it right the first time. It was Vadim Frolov. Don't doubt yourself, kids. The crowd does not like the penalty onto the IceCats, but that's the decision that was made as Babin makes no mistake on a shot from outside of the blue line. Stefanini in the penalty box for another 37 seconds, excuse me. Frolov in the box for tripping. Lytkov still in the box for his fighting major against Tyler Barrow. There's another trip. Columbus should be going to the power play here. If you're Lucas Texmo, just give the puck up. Or you can hold on to it. And while the River Dragons will give the puck up. I don't think they were intending to do that, but the second tripping call in the last 45 seconds or so, whistled down by the referee, and well, Columbus will skate 4-on-3 here. Alex Dorjahan, Kyle Moore, Ryan Hunter, and your captain, number 11, Kirk Underwood, on the ice for this power play, presented by our friends over at Publix. Ryan Hunter, who wears number 88, led the FPHL in power play goals during the regular season. He'll tap the puck over to the circle, but Dennis Zajac, the two-way forward, gets to the biscuit first, and he'll dump it down to Babin. Hunter, rink wide. Storjahan scoops it up. He's the big game player out of Anthem, Arizona. Hunter, right circle. Onto the ice, Stefanini. It's a 5-on-3 for Columbus. And, well, Hunter and Moore got crossed up a little bit, so a self-clear by the Dragons. Moore will skate it right back in. Had 2 goals on Sunday. Here's Kirk Underwood. That's blocked. He had the series-clinching goal on Sunday in Monroe. Underwood brought down. He gets back up to his skates. He's going to have to exit the zone before Hunter comes in, and that did not happen, which means we have an offside. It'll be Dustin Jesso, Alexander Jemayev, Brad Fortin, Tyler Barrow, and Josh Colton on this second power play unit for the River Dragons. It's a 5-on-3 for Columbus. They can open up the scoring in the Continental Division Final with a goal here. We're 7:54 into the game. Nick Gullo opposes Alexander Jemayev in the dot. It's won by Gullo, but the River Dragons will speed to the puck and gain possession. Here's Tyler Barrow, left side of the ice. Barrow will swivel in Gretzky's office. from the corner to the top. Barrow goes across, and Gullo picked it off, and he will swipe it all the way down the sheet onto the goal stick of Trevor Babin. Here's Jesso, the former Pee Dee IceCat. Brad Fortin leaves it off for Jesso. Jesso, bottom of the near circle to the line. Colton, he keeps it moving for Barrow. Barrow's speed, hit Zychek. A one-timer from Jesso, and it hit the mesh right as Vadim Frolov was coming out of the box. It's a 5-on-4 for another 27 seconds. And the faceoff will come to the right of Brendan Colgan. Brendan Colgan, the FPHL's goaltender of the year, alongside Brian Wilson, 2023, of course, when Colgan was a Dragon. Tyler Barrow, Ryan Hunter. Hunter's got the puck. Near circle, he shoots, save made by Colgan, and a juicy rebound came out for Barrow. He couldn't settle it. Barrow far corner. Underwood, the dish, Hunter fires, and Colgan tracks it down. The power play has 8 seconds left on it, as Brody Thornton engages with Dominic Della Savita. On your screen, the statistics in terms of the special teams for each club during the postseason. River Dragons 8% on the power play. Club led the league in power play percentage during the regular season, while PD struggling a little bit on the kill at 71%, but you can expect those numbers to come up a little bit on both ends as these teams just play more games. Some lopsided scores in each of the first round series for the IceCats and the Dragons. It'll be Nick Gullo against Alex Storjahan, and now Gullo is sent over to the wing, replaced by the pest of the game, Houston Wilson, and Wilson wins the draw against Storjahan. Kyle Moore will lay the body right in front of me onto Della Savita. Storjahan digs it free. Barrow across, and another block by Gullo. Storjahan keeps it in, though, and it hit a body. Gloved down by Della Savita, and airlifted out to the neutral zone. Thornton has pressure coming, and we have an offside at the line. That's on the opponent, which is brought to you by our friends over at Old School Barbershop. Do you need a little bit off your sides, do you? Well, appointments are required. Book online on Facebook, Instagram, or at www.oldschoolbarbershop.com. Shop spelled S-H-O-P-P-E. The River Dragons, of course, opened the season here in Florence. They won game 1 by a final score of 3-2 in the shootout. They lost the next night 7-5. Here's Jesso, a backhander. That went off of the lower leg of a Dragon in front. Doherty tries to go skate to stick. He's closed off as PD did well to protect the house. Charlie Bedard, he's ran into by Jemayev. Keeping the puck in is Brody Thornton. Thornton will shoot high over the crossbar. Near corner Doherty, that pinball's around. Brody Thornton will one-hand it. Colgan tried to catch it. It's a grade A coming for the Dragons. And how about the Pee Dee IceCats just blocking any bid going to the net. That was Houston Wilson who put his body on the line. There should be a penalty on Pee Dee for delay of game. River Dragon bench adamant. Columbus got called down for one. We'll see if there's another coming this time for the visitors. We will return in 60 seconds.
Dad, are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe, but life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. Love goes the extra mile.
No delay of game, unfortunately. We will skate at even strength. But I'd like to welcome everybody watching tonight's stream on YouTube Live and, of course, Sportfeed. If you're a fan of another team around the league, I want you to tell me, who do you root for? I go back. I check the YouTube Live chat. We've got some fun teams here in the Federal Prospects Hockey League. And some amazing fans, too. Here's a shot from Lucas Texmo, the fire starter of the night. It bounces off of the end wall. They score! The River Dragons open up the scoring in the Continental Division Final. It's Ryan Hunter. Brendan Colgan with a little bit of an oopsie. The River Dragons take advantage and the 1-0 lead to boot. Now that's a start. For Ryan Hunter, number 88, he had 37 goals during the regular season. That's his first goal of the Commissioners Cup playoffs this year. Noah Robinson with some trouble with the puck, and he played it away from Alex Torjahan just in the nick of time. Columbus can feel it now, but on the offensive, it's Drew Welsh on the IceCats. Welsh from below the goal line, nothing going on, but he'll get to his own puck over in the near side corner of the ice. To the top of the zone, he'll roll. Below the goal line, the puck goes. Reversed on along, Noah Robinson will go into a board battle against Josh Colton, number 5. Colton, 337 FPHL regular season games. I had lunch with him today. He said, I want to do something that I haven't done my whole career. That's win a championship as Colgan makes a save on to Barrow, who is bulldozing his way to the net. Oh, I'm pumped up now, baby. Let's go. Lair Patakin tosses his man right down to the sheet. That was Benjamin Pizzamenti. Here's Barrow, near dot, to the line. Chopped on along by Moore, but it's blocked by Houston Wilson. This is a breakaway, scores! The best of the game goes blocker side on Babin. It's 1-1. That right there was the River Dragons with immense pressure in the offensive zone. A fortuitous block for the opponent, and Houston Wilson was off to the races. He waited until the last moment to make his move. Babin was backing up into his net as Wilson got closer and closer, and he just picked his spot up along the far post. The twine tickled, the score tied. It's 1-1 with 8:34 to go. Head coach Bichard and Austin Doe looking at the iPad, but that's as clean as it gets. No offside, no goaltender interference. That's a goal for Houston Wilson. So Ryan Hunter and Houston Wilson score to open up the Continental Division Final. But I like the way that the River Dragons have established the offensive zone in this game. It's a delayed offside, so they won't be able to do so here. Here's Patrick Marcinkiewicz, thwarted. Oh, Justin Samaro said, not today, sir. As there's a poke check away from Elijah Wilson. A between the legs feed from Jemaev. May lead Doherty in, but Doherty had that puck played away. Into River Dragon ice it goes, and Columbus moves the puck with a plum. Near wing, taking a hit to make a play, is Dustin Gesso, number 12. Gesso played 14 games with the Pee Dee IceCats. As there's a save made, rebound comes all the way out. Breakaway, Scott Doherty, Doherty to the net, and Colgan shut it down. Here's Lykov on the counter, and Babin got a piece of that with his shaft at the last moment. Another chance coming for Columbus. This is your captain, number 11, Kirk Underwood. He'll streak down the far wing and take a big bump by Jordan Popoff. Hunter at the side of the net. Underwood and Popoff engaging with one another, but nothing comes of it. There's a drive from the line. It hit Zajac, and the captain goes off to the bench. Things picking up now. Zajac left side. Babin stands his ground, and the puck dropped in the crease, and he gets a whistle. Head coach Bichard is up on the bench, and he is extremely animated, and I have to imagine that it was the collision between Jordan Popoff and Kirk Underwood that he was so upset about. No penalty on the play. The score remains 1-1. We will skate 5 aside, 7:05 to go. Everybody watching, though, I do want to tell you this. No matter who wins this series, you are in for an absolute treat. This has been one hell of an opening 12 minutes and 55 seconds, I'll tell you. Whether you're an IceCat fan, a River Dragon fan, or any other team in the FPHL, this is Liam Gotimer saying, it's go time. A drive from the line. That's blocked. Noah Robinson will shoot, and that hit a pile of bodies in front. Miguel Diaz, he could not hold the line. There's a break for Columbus. Miguel Diaz will work it right back into the attacking end. This time, though, Lucas Texmo will go over to the far corner and have a lot of time and space to make something happen. He'll lollipop it to the opposing goal line, and Barrow checks Bedard. This is more for Barrow, and it went right off of his skate. Columbus getting their looks, that's for sure. If this is a sign of things to come for the rest of the game. I'm a fan of it, as this will be an icing on Columbus with 6:10 on the clock. So going back to the goals, let's talk about them. Ryan Hunter scored at 10:21 at even strength, his first goal of the playoffs, assisted by Brad Fortin, number 61, and Lucas Texmo, number 6. On the other side for the Pee Dee IceCats, they responded 65 seconds later. It would be Houston Wilson, assisted by Dominic Della Savita. Man, all that guy does is produce against the Dragons. That's Della Savita's 3rd assist in the playoffs. For Houston Wilson, that's his 2nd goal. Houston Wilson, of course, tonight's best of the game, and man, Columbus not wasting any time, not giving up any moment to get physical with their opponent early on in the contest. You just love to see it. They are winning that side of the game. And in playoff hockey, well, that's so key. A straight-on Jordan Popoff. He scored against Athens, and Babin did real well to keep the first shot out, and then the follow-up, too, from Marcin Kevics. Another kick save made by Babin. River Dragons back on their heels a little bit. The Latvian forward. This is Marcin Kevics. Nathan Balkwill attempts to engulf him. And the puck is cleared. Stefanini went for Balkwill. It tipped off of Marcin Kevics' twig, who will now back it up into the neutral zone and come right back into the attacking end. He's got Lakov at the back door, and Babin dives over to the near post and secures the biscuit with his glove hand. Holy moly, what a goalie. The winner of this series will take on the winner of the Binghamton Black Bears and the Port Huron Prowlers in the Empire Division Finals. Let me know in the YouTube live chat, who are you predicting to win that series and in how many games? Vadim Frolov, there's a check to the back from Brody Thornton. Now it's the IceCats with the hard hits. We have a TV timeout with 4:49 left on the clock.
The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Columbus, it's time to show your pride with official River Dragons merchandise. Every piece lets you take Columbus hockey with you wherever you go. Stand with your team, show your colors, and bring the energy of the ice to your everyday. Get your River Dragons gear today and wear your loyalty to your club loud and proud. Let's go Dragons! A warm welcome back to the River Dragons Broadcast Network. My name is Liam Gotimer. This is hockey, and it's not just hockey, it's playoff hockey here in Florence. Game 1 of a best-of-3 series. It's the Continental Division Finals. It's your Columbus River Dragons and the first year Pee Dee IceCats. Dennis Zajac, he loses the faceoff. That's a nice sight to see. Brad Fortin gets a tip on the way to the line, but he can't get it out. Lykov, so dangerous, Alexander Lykov. Combination of he and Patrick Marcinkiewicz, just unfair sometimes for an opposing defense / goaltender. As the captain, Kirk Underwood, the extra chop up along the near boards. The puck airlifted, Brad Fortin will go on after it. Does it have enough legs for icing? It does not. Fortin, as a result, will go hard on the forecheck. He and Ryan Hunter apply the pressure inside of the River Dragons offensive zone. Pee Dee works it together under the ice, though. This is Lykov, the big-bodied Russian. He wears number 13, 9 points in just as we have a tripping penalty here. This will be on Kyle Moore. 9 points for Lykov during the Commissioners Cup playoffs, I should say. As Moore is laid flat on the ice. And the concern for number 15. Nicholas McGill-Diaz will go to the penalty box. The River Dragons have a chance here to take a commanding 2-1 lead at the end of the first period. This is the Public's power play. A look at the numbers for each team entering this evening's contest. Columbus had the best power play percentage in the entire FPHL, 26% during the regular season. While Pee Dee's penalty kill sat at 79% during the regular season, 71% so far in the Commissioners Cup playoffs. It's 2 minutes for tripping to Nicholas McGill-Diaz as Tyler Barrow let it rip. Colgan made the stop. And the bank off of the dasher for the IceCats. We'll get it all the way down. Here's Kyle Moore, who drew the penalty. Tyler Barrow's got the puck at the far flank. Moore at the dot. He'll shoot. It hit Nick Gullo, who's been blocking shots all over the place tonight. One-timer. Colton. He flubbed it. The clearing attempt from Popoff. It's out of the zone. Gullo again. He's blocking every shot for his team. He's clearing at every chance that he gets while his team is shorthanded. Here's Ryan Hunter, fresh off of scoring his first goal of the postseason. Alex Storjahan will roll it around, but took a bad bump off of the end boards. That slowed the puck down, and Timur Razulov was the first to get there. Storjahan will have another chance, though, as he'll streak through neutral. Hunter, the pass to the back. Kyle Moore shoots, and Colgan was not able to make the catch in a clean fashion. As it's tossed up over the bench by the IceCats. Not into the crowd, so we have no delay of game. It's Jesso, Jimaev, Brad Fortin, Brody Thornton, and the man with the puck, Kirk Underwood, for the final 27 seconds of this power play. Jimaev, a Commissioners Cup champion with the Watertown Wolves during the 2021-22 year. There's another clear for Pee Dee. They need one more, and McGill-Diaz will be out of the box with 125 seconds left here in this opening period. The power play is officially over. Fortin will come in anyway, denied by Jacob Hamilton. Hamilton is an X factor for me on the PD side during this series. A ton of experience at higher levels, and he is physical, but he's shoved off of the puck right there. Pop-off in the neutral zone, watches the biscuit go through his legs, and Colgan comes all the way out to play it up to Marcinkiewicz, who could not handle it with a plum. Laikov, who's been PD's best player tonight, he's stopped by Kyle Moore inside of his own. Moore's feed tape to center for Storjahan, who taps it back for Barrow. Kyle Moore onside. He'll take a lap around Colgan. The puck comes to Barrow. Far corner. His feed hit a body. Storjahan joins the party, but Marcinkiewicz, patient with the puck, will lead Razulov. Laikov curls. Near circle, rink wide to the back door. Marcinkiewicz was searching for Robinson, who is parked in the crease. Marcinkiewicz straight on. That's blocked, and the River Dragons will have a break here. It's Tyler Barrow, and how about that stick lift from Dominic Della Savita? Wow. You got to tip your cap sometimes, and Dominic Della Savita, he has been just a game changer since coming over in a trade with Watertown this season. He'll have to make another play here. He turns it over. Here's a drive from the wall. Colton's bid goes up over the back glass and into the mesh with 18 seconds left. Pardon me, 20 officially. If you're just joining us, the goals in this game, well, Ryan Hunter first, Houston Wilson next. 65 seconds apart. Hunter had 37 goals during the regular season. A sniper in the purest form. As the face-off to the club side of Colgan, controlled by PD. Gesso will have a chance to make something happen here with 10 ticks left. Hunter one-hands it for Fortin, who tried to stuff it in. The puck comes to Gesso, who missed just high and hit the back glass behind Colgan. And PD will escape the first period with the score tied 1-1. I'll tell you what, for playing your 4th game in 6 nights and starting a division final on the road in a hostile environment, that first period by the River Dragons was straight up excellent. Outside of one gap where they gave the puck up to Houston Wilson, Columbus was the better team. We have 17 minutes on the intermission clock. We'll be right back to the Florence Center, where I will break down the hockey game up to this point when we return.
You're not the only one.
Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer of carbon, fiberglass, and Kevlar composite fabrics located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our customers depend on us to produce iconic brands such as Malibu and Nautique boats, Cub Crafter airplanes, and the historic C8 mid-engine Corvette. Even the light poles surrounding the Columbus Civic Center were produced by a Vectorply customer using Vectorply fabrics. If you're looking for an exciting career with a growing manufacturer located right here in the Chattahoochee Valley, visit our website, Vectorply.com, to learn more about Vectorply and our opportunities.
Dad, are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe, but life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. love goes the extra mile.
An orthopedic injury doesn't mean you have to spend hours in the ER. Houston Urgent Ortho now offers orthopedic urgent care 6 days a week. At Houston Urgent Ortho, see an orthopedic specialist for your fracture, sprain, strain, or pain. Everything you need for your orthopedic injury is here, because orthopedics is all we do. Go straight to the specialist. Go to Houston Urgent Ortho.
A warm welcome back to Florence. My name is Liam Gotimer, as always. It's an absolute pleasure to be here alongside all of you. Columbus tied with Pee Dee right now, 1-1. Let's talk about how we got to that score. At 10:21 of the first period, the River Dragons would score their first and only goal of the night. It would be Ryan Hunter, number 88, who would find the back of the net. This was a puck that Brendan Colgan had reached for, had to make a catch, as it had hopped over the back of the cage and into his crease. Hunter got the last whack and gets credited with the goal, assisted by Brad Fortin, the rookie, and number 6, Lucas Texman. For Ryan Hunter, he had just 1 assist. During the Commissioners Cup playoffs. In the regular season, he had 37 goals. And well, he has his first goal of the postseason. For Brad Fortin, who wears number 61, he earns his 3rd point. He's now got 5 playoff points. This is his 4th game. Once again, he's just 24 years old. This is his very first year of professional hockey for Brad Fortin. And Lucas Texman, number 6, well, he played in his very first professional playoff game Sunday in Monroe. How about that, to get put into a winner-go-home situation in your first taste of the playoffs professionally. And well, he was awesome that night, and he was awesome yet again in the first period. He earned himself a helper. Congratulations to Lucas, number 6, the fire starter of the night. The Pee Dee IceCats would respond at 11:26. It would just be 1 minute and 5 seconds later. Houston Wilson, number 17, a breakaway goal. The River Dragons pressed after, in a good way, I should say, after giving up, taking the 1-0, I should say, as a result of the Ryan Hunter tally. And inside of the offensive zone, Kyle Moore, I believe it was, got a bitch straight away, sent it to the cage. Houston Wilson closed his legs, and out of the zone the puck went, and number 17 had nobody to beat outside of the goaltender. He got as close to Babin as he possibly could before letting it rip. And once he got well past the hash marks prior to the crease, he went blocker side on Babin. He waited for number 72 to just make his move, and all Babin did was back up into the net. And a better opportunity for Houston Wilson to tickle the twine, which he most certainly did at 11:26. The goal was assisted by Dominic Della Sabita, number 4. The last time that these two teams played was the final game of the regular season in Columbus. It was a 2-1 overtime win for Pee Dee. Who scored the game-winning goal that night? Dominic Della Sabita. 3 goals head-to-head during the regular season for Della Sabita against just the Dragons. And a reminder that he was acquired in the middle of the year. Just insane. Della Sabita, the only helper on the goal for Houston Wilson. And the score 1-1. The River Dragons in the latter half of the first period did get the better of the opportunities. I would argue that if they had an extra 90 seconds on the clock, they may have found that second and go-ahead goal. But it did not come, and the period came to a close with the score 1-1. The shots on goal after one, 11 for Pee Dee, 8 for your River Dragons. The goaltenders, Brendan Colgan, 7 saves on 8 shots. We'll see how he fares the remainder of the game, giving up a goal that he may like to have back. But of course, it's so difficult to write on that front scramble. But Colgan, like any goaltender, is susceptible. On the other side, Trevor Babin, well, he's making his 4th start in 6 nights. As a goalie, craziness to have to do that. 10 saves on 11 shots. Trevor Babin has been just magnificent this postseason. And not much you can do on a breakaway against a player with a lot of experience around professional hockey, not just in the FPHL, but in the SPHL as well for Houston Wilson. That was some Philly-on-Philly crime right there. Houston Wilson, of course, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Trevor Babin, also from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The shots on goal leaders, first for the Pee Dee IceCats. Alexander Lykov has 2. He was prolific in that opening frame. Jacob Hamilton, the same. While Patrick Smarcinkiewicz had 2 shots on goal as well. We could add Jacob Hamilton to the list too. For Columbus, they were led by Ryan Hunter, and oh, how much of an advantage would it be if Ryan Hunter could get hot? I talked about it with Tom Callahan during our series preview, which will be out on the River Dragons YouTube channel over the next couple of days, that my X factor in this series was Ryan Hunter. League leading 18 power play goals. In the first round, the goal scoring came from everywhere, but the River Dragons on the power play could be a little bit more efficient, and Ryan Hunter a big part of that. Of course, a 5-man unit, everybody involved, but Hunter, such a sniper over there at the right circle. We'll see if he gets another chance. His team already with a couple of power plays in this game. Let's send it to a timeout. When we come back, more intermission coverage right here on the River Dragons Broadcast Network.
It doesn't get an off day, does it?
Neither do the standards. Getting here is part of the job.
Staying ready is the rest.
Ice looks good today.
Doesn't matter if it's the road, the rink, or the grind. You need something that shows up every time.
Longevity?
Season after season.
Mileage?
All day, every day.
Kind of young sung hero, huh?
Same reason people trust us. Toyota, reliable wherever the grind takes you.
Back here in Florence, Liam Gotimer here with you. We have just 5 minutes and 47 seconds until the puck drops on the middle frame here on a Wednesday night in South Carolina. Game 1 of a best-of-3 series for a chance to play for the Commissioners Cup. The opponent in that Commissioners Cup final to be determined starting tomorrow night. It's Game 1 of the Empire Division final. It's the Binghamton Black Bears and the Port Huron Prowlers. Binghamton, their road to the Empire Division Final went through the Topeka Scarecrows. It was a small margin of victory in game number 1, which was played in Kansas. But game number 2, the Black Bears really put the hammer down on home ice, where they are so tough. But I will mention that a team to take down the Binghamton Black Bears in their building this season, the Pee Dee IceCats. On the other end, the Port Huron Prowlers, they advanced to the Empire Division Final despite losing game number 1 against Anthony Schrum and the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Port Huron went back home with their backs against the wall and won both games. I'm sure that Port Huron has some comeuppance on their mind when it comes to the Binghamton Black Bears. Of course, last season, Port Huron denied their quest to the Commissioners Cup Final, Binghamton beating Port Huron 2-1. Then, of course, the Black Bears winning the Commissioners Cup by sweeping the Carolina Thunderbirds 3-0. And, well, if you go back 2 years ago, Binghamton won again. And who did they beat? Well, Carolina again. And, you know, in my conversation with Tom Callahan earlier today, I think I mentioned this during the first period. He said, what's the biggest reason why the River Dragons are going to win this series? Of course, I gave him all the stats. But before the conversation came to a close, I said, the River Dragons are due. 3 straight years, Columbus has bowed out in the second round of the postseason. All 3 times to the Thunderbirds. Now, the Thunderbirds not a part of the postseason equation. But of course, Columbus runs into another Carolina team, the newest, the Pee Dee IceCats of Florence. We'll be right back to the Florence Civic Center when we come back. Puck drop on the second period.
Sorry we're late. Runs in the family, right? Who are you?
Simple. We get inside, find the cooler, fill it with Pepsi.
Isn't that breaking and entering?
No, it's just entering.
I'm not seeing a cooler.
No problem.
That pool's for us. There's no lifeguard.
This is Aunt Joni. She's married to Uncle Phil. He's from Boca. Aunt Joni, how is your husband, Phil?
Dead, but I'm very much alive.
I don't quite know it.
Can I help you with that?
Oh my gosh, thank you. To Will and Diane, you go together like Pepsi and hot dogs.
Oh, that's so us, babe.
Pepsi, I'm not needed here. Have a great party, guys.
It really is the perfect combo. Are your friends in the blue Pepsi truck coming over too?
Abort! I'm not sorry for bringing flavor!
.20 minutes on the clock. Both teams on the sheet. The Columbus River Dragons and the Pee Dee IceCats for the second of 3 regulation periods of hockey tonight in Florence, South Carolina. In the first period, Columbus received a goal from Ryan the Big Game Hunter, while the Pee Dee IceCats responded 65 seconds later with a goal from Houston Wilson. That's where we stand. The shots on goal officially after 20 minutes of play, 11-8 IceCats. The two teams will skate at even strength to begin the period. Columbus will skate from right to left, wearing their white uniforms with the black and teal letters and numbers along the back and on the sides, while Pee Dee will skate from left to right. They wear their black uniforms with the gray and white letters and numbers along the back and on the sides. Trevor Babin remains in the crease for Columbus, while Brendan Colgan the same for Pee Dee. It's Dustin Gesso and Dennis Zychik at the center ice face-off logo. The puck has been dropped. The IceCats take possession. We are officially underway. This is Liam Gotimer saying, it's go time on the second stanza of hockey tonight. We have a stoppage as Jemayev scored through the 5-hole of Colgan, but play was blown dead well before the puck had crossed the goal line, and I don't believe Pee Dee too pleased with that shot after the whistle from number 71. I have no idea what the whistle was for. Offside? I suppose. The faceoff will come outside of the line. We are 15 seconds into the period. It'll be Ben Stefanini who takes the faceoff. He surrenders possession. Alexander Laikov ran into by Jemayev. Alexander Jemayev, of course, the veteran out of Creston, British Columbia, Canada. 6'2", 200 pounds. Is the puck one-handed by the forward out of Belarus, Dennis Zychik. Behind the net, the puck is dug out by Laikov. His fellow countryman, Frolov, could not extend his reach far enough to bring it in on the forehand. How about that play by Brody Thornton? He'll streak up the left wing. Thornton to the back. Jemayev shoots. Blocked by Houston Wilson. Brody Thornton, though, stripped him and made his second outstanding defensive play of this shift. Jemayev getting physical. We play on, 2-on-1. Brody Thornton shoots. He scores! Brody Thornton right through the wickets of Brendan Colgan. Columbus 2, Pee Dee 1. Brody Thornton played 6 playoff games last season, had 2 assists. And well, he lights the lamp in Game 1 of the Continental Division Final. How about that speed from number 65 up the far wing? He had Thornton across, but he was dead set on picking the 5-hole of Colgan. And oh baby, he found it. I told you all that I loved that first period by the River Dragons, especially being on the road. And while the start of this second period, my feelings not different. Behind the net, Nick Golo. That centering pass misses everybody. So Charlie Bedard, number 9, the blue liner for the IceCats out of Southampton, New York, will race back onto the biscuit, lay it over to the Columbus blue line. Storjahan digs it free. The only thing he's able to do is go rink wide with it and push the puck adjacent to each team's bench. This is a breakaway here for Tyler Barrow. He's got a man across, but the puck betrayed him as he tried to dish it off for Kyle Moore, who was cutting to the net. Here's another chance for Barrow off of his tape once more. And Barrow left the puck behind. Tough sequence of events there. Marcinkiewicz, a drive, Babin, a kick save. Elijah Wilson, Marcinkiewicz hit the window, now to the wall. Lucas Texmo, Tyler Barrow again. Barrow offside. Try to give and go with Lucas Texmo. It was a solid attempt, but the right call made. I've called a lot of professional hockey games in my life. I know when the team I'm calling for is getting outplayed, and that's not right now at all. Columbus with one spirited effort to begin this game. They're a club that looks like they belong in this situation, and there's no doubt that they do. And so do the Pee Dee IceCats. But you can just sense there's a lot of urgency from the Dragons. They know what a win here on the road can do for their chances at the Commissioners Cup final, because if you win tonight, you just need to win one of two on home ice, where very seldom does Columbus get defeated. On home ice, that is. For Brody Thornton, the goal comes at $1:13 of the second. Thornton assisted by Dustin Jasso and Alexander Jemayev. 2 even strength goals for the Dragons, and we are not even halfway through the hockey game. And you know, I mentioned that, right? Because during the regular season, Columbus was a team that relied heavily upon their special teams to score, and not here in the playoffs. They're finding new ways to put the puck into the back of the net and in different situations, which is so key. Of course, Kirk Underwood's series clinching goal in Monroe, short-handed. Both goals tonight at even strength. And once the power play gets clicking again, oh, watch out. On the ice for Columbus, Scott Doherty, who will throw a shoulder onto Dominic Delasavita. Your captain, Kirk Underwood, Larry Patakin, Nathan Balkwill, and Alexander Jemayev. We have an engagement at the Columbus bench. Not the good kind of engagement either. Some words being exchanged. Delasavita, a feisty player. He has his lid off, and he'll take a seat on the bench next to the coaching staff of the IceCats. Here's Brad Fortin, number 61, out of Langley, British Columbia. Justin Samaro playing in his first Commissioners Cup playoff game this season. He cannot get it out, but Brody Thornton will turn, far corner, up the far wing. Brad Fortin will skate out with captain Kirk Underwood and Ryan Hunter. His pass was deflected, so Pee Dee was able to turn it the other direction. The IceCats now banging bodies. Here's Welsh at the crease. Brody Thornton, an active stick. Justin Samaro, his head up. He swipes it along for Brad Fortin. He negates the icing here. Fortin has Hunter in front. Underwood was at an off angle and couldn't get the shot to the net. Tossed north by Pee Dee. Winning the race will be Samaro, and this is icing on the IceCats. Presented by our friends over at Air Force Heating, Air, and Plumbing. The River Dragons tonight without Cody Wickline, number 10, Jacob Snellenberg, number 30, number 37, Skate Scaldi, number 44, Mike Wynn, number 74, Nathaniel Mott, number 87, Yaroslav Yevdokimov, number 95, Joel Texmo, play now back underway. So Lucas Texmo will wheel out of Minising, Ontario. Lucas, the first-year River Dragon. Spun around a little bit. We have a stop. It's an offside on Columbus. I bet Nathaniel Mott was pumped up for Brody Thornton if he's watching. Of course, those two former college teammates with one another. So this is a dump in for the IceCats. They're looking to get established here in the attacking end for the first time here in this second period. There's a glove save made by Babin, despite 2 layers of IceCats in front of him. During the regular season against the Pee Dee IceCats, the River Dragons were 6-7. 6-7, the record. Face-off win for the Dragons. It's Alex Storjahan, Kyle Moore. The airlift, it lands at the dasher next to the Dragons bench. So Barrow, he'll turn his back. Tape to tape, Lucas Texmo scores! It's a goal and an assist tonight for number 6, Lucas Texmo. The fire starter of the night pulls through. The River Dragons have a 2-goal advantage. That's what I'm talking about, 6. The announcement on the goal was for Dustin Jessel. Come on. It was Lucas Texmo who scored. Here's Jemayev. The ice tilted right now in favor of the Dragons. It's 3-1, but the IceCats prolific offensively. They can score, and they can score fast. But the way that the River Dragons have handled this game on the road in Game 1 in a hostile environment against a team that took down the top seed has been straight up impressive. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
It doesn't get an off day, does it?
Neither do the standards. Getting here is part of the job.
Staying ready is the rest.
Ice looks good today.
Doesn't matter if it's the road, the rink, or the grind. You need something that shows up every time.
Longevity.
Season after season.
Mileage.
All day, every day.
Kind of young sung hero, huh?
Same reason people trust us. Toyota. Reliable wherever the grind takes you.
14-17 to play in the second period, and the grin on my face is very wide, ladies and gentlemen. A 2-goal lead on the road in a best-of-3 series with a chance at the Commissioners Cup on the line. Oh, baby, playoff hockey. Does it get any better than this? No, it does not. Columbus putting the hammer down early. But there's a response coming from Pee Dee. Ryan Hunter, though, will swipe the puck below the goal line. Pinching up is Justin Samaro. So let's go IceCats comes from the fans here in Florence. A very large crowd. Shout out to the fan base for Pee Dee coming out to support their team on a Wednesday night. So Brody Thornton backs it up. He turns it over. No, he doesn't. He went tape to tape for Hunter, who squeaks through McGill Diaz. Hunter's got a man to the back. His speed was closed off. Samaro, though, will come over and rear back and chop it on along. The clear attempt does get past Brody Thornton. This is Wilson with a chance. Nothing comes of that. And Brody Thornton will lift it up. Not far enough for icing. Man, that was a perfect clear outside of the red line. That puck trickled just short of icing. On the offensive, the IceCats. Laikov, active stick, Alex Storjahan. Kyle Moore, far wing, has a chance to get it out, and he got ran into by Jordan Popoff, number 25. Well, he didn't separate Kyle Moore from the puck. River Dragons do ice it, though, subsequently. Let's talk about this IceCat team for a little bit, because number 13, Alex Laikov, he's just 22 years old. I mean, simply outstanding. Not just in the playoffs so far, but during the regular season, too. He had 91 points, and after coming over to Pee Dee in a trade, 50 points. So he was even better after the deal than he was before. But being a 22-year-old player, despite being super talented, you wonder how a young Pee Dee roster matches up against the River Dragons that are battle-tested and have been here before. So, of course, you can look at the results against the Athens Rock Lobster for Pee Dee and say, oh, yeah, they took down the #1 seed. They're going to roll over the River Dragons with ease. As Barrow shoots, save, rebound, and Colgan got to that. Huge stop made by Colgan to keep this a 2-goal deficit. My point, the experience of the River Dragons matters, especially in playoff hockey. Houston Wilson, though, one of those players with quite a bit of experience for the IceCats. He'll have to leave Alexander Jemayeff alone, who will go up the near wing. Patrick Marcinkiewicz dangles through Texmo, Jemayeff, Stefanini, and was finally stopped down by Jesso. Here's a shot by Robinson. And well, Trevor Babin handles that with a plum. And you know Pee Dee is going to want to get into the extracurriculars here. They're down by 2 goals. We're approaching the halfway mark of the hockey game. My message to all of you, the River Dragons just need to skate away. 2 players go to the box, 1 for each team. Ben Stefanini and Patrick Marcinkiewicz. The man who was tied for the league lead in goals, Patrick Marcinkiewicz, is sitting down for 2 minutes in a 4-on-4 situation. 4-on-4 outside of the power play is where I would argue Patrick Marcinkiewicz is most dangerous. So to have him on the bench for the situation is nice to see. Stefanini also goes off, but with the way that the River Dragons have carried the pace of play here, not only in this game, but in this second period, I think some 4-on-4 hockey and some more open ice will benefit them. By the way, if you guessed Ryan Hunter in the YouTube live chat, you have won a prize. Courtesy of Go Time. I got you. Going back to the 3rd goal for Columbus, it was Lucas Texmo, assisted by Tyler Barrow and Kyle Moore. So we have 2 minutes each on the board. 2 minutes for Ben Stefanini and 2 minutes for Patrick Marcinkiewicz. Marcinkiewicz gets a slashing minor and a 10-minute. As there's a rink-wide pass, and Thornton, I believe Brody Thornton, I should say, just overskated. Once again, the 2 teams skating 4 aside. In the box for Columbus, it's Stefanini just for a slash. So a 10-minute on Patrick Marcinkiewicz, unless the scoreboard is deceiving me. The game sheet, I should say. 10:55 left. Alexander Laikov, just 22 years old, out of Russia. This is a dangle from his fellow countryman, Vadim Frolov. At the line, Charlie Bedard will dish it over to the far side, and the shot from Nicholas McGill-Diaz was deflected over to the dasher. McGill-Diaz has it again, and Babin makes the save, and Frolov with a knee to Babin's helmet. Come on now. Don't believe that was intentional. The River Dragons don't seem all too upset about it. But with Tucker Scantleberry's antics in Monroe, anytime a player gets close to our goaltender, it's going to raise my eyebrow. Head coach Bichard gave a great answer about that situation. Called it for what it was, but said he doesn't know Tucker Scantlebury. Could be a great guy, and I'll echo that. Just on the ice, you know, some showboat. But he is eliminated now, and so is his team. As a snap shot, and Babbitt kicked that aside with force. Lucas Texmo digs it free. The unsung hero for the River Dragons. Tom Callahan literally asked me this morning on the podcast, who is the X factor for you in this series? And I said Ryan Hunter, but I also said in the same sentence, Lucas Texmo, who might just be the best rookie blue liner in this league. Most underrated for sure. Here's Kirk Underwood, the captain. He'll shoot, misses the net. He was perhaps searching for the knee of Lucas Texmo that was waiting to the side of Colgan. Not a bad idea. Both teams back to full strength now. We're skating 5-on-5. Houston Wilson shoots and Pabbin stands up and catches the puck. You know how key it is for the River Dragons to have a 2-goal lead. It's the most dangerous lead in hockey, but for Trevor Babin, it's nice to have. We'll be right back.
It doesn't get an off day, does it?
Neither do the standards. Getting here is part of the job.
Staying ready is the rest.
Ice looks good today.
Doesn't matter if it's the road, the rink, or the grind. You need something that shows up every time.
Longevity?
Season after season.
Mileage?
All day, every day.
Kind of young sung hero, huh?
Same reason people trust us. Toyota, reliable wherever the grind takes you.
The Columbus River Dragons hold a 3-1 lead over the Pee Dee IceCats in Game 1 of the Continental Division Final. This is a best-of-3 series just like the first round was. So the first team to 2 victories will move on to play for the Commissioners Cup, facing either the Binghamton Black Bears or the Port Huron Prowlers, a series that begins tomorrow night. 9.5 minutes left in the second period. 30 ticks past the halfway mark of the hockey game. Here is Alex Storjahan, number 4. Storjahan, 28 years old, the 5th-year Dragon. Lair Patakin dangles, shoots, and a blocker save made by Colgan. Man, what an individual effort from Lair Patakin there. We talk about the trade acquisitions of the Pee Dee IceCats and how it has positively affected their team. Well, how about Lair Patakin? Lair Patakin wears number 36, 6'3", 215 pounds. I loved the guy from the second I saw him in Blue Ridge fight Matt Stoya. I didn't love it then because, well, Patakin won the fight. But I was like, this guy is a beast. Here is Tyler Barrow. Save made by Colgan. He got a piece with his bicep. Turned the other direction. Dustin Gesso did well in the neutral zone, but it took a bad bounce onto him. Frolov has some support. Zajac, all he could do was tap it over to the far corner, and a self-inflicted wound for the IceCats with 8:18 left. Zajac will tip the dump in into the attacking zone. Della Savita reaches, keeps it in to the offensive end. Samaro will connect with Laikov up along the far wall. Scott Doherty with the puck on the forehand, and Alexander Jemayev, number 71, will walk it up. 24 games of playoff experience for Alexander Jemayev, 18 of them here in Columbus. Commissioners Cup champion, a year where during the regular season, Jemayev had 50 goals. This is Laikov, top of the slot. He'll curl, and his pass, well, Brad Fortin got in the way, and now Jemayev with Underwood and Fortin. Fortin along the wall. He's got Jemayev right next to him. Texmo was waiting at the line, But Houston Wilson, who's been the best attacker for the IceCats this evening, will swivel his way into the attacking zone. Wing to wing he goes. Kirk Underwood, though, has the puck bounce to him, and he gets full support in Alexander Jemayev, who will go rink wide with it. Thornton loses his stick, but he'll still go into a board battle against Dennis Zychik. Now he'll pick up his twig in the low slot as PD will settle it down beneath the goal line. If you're just joining us, Columbus up 3-1. Score was tied 1-1 after 20. 2 goals for the River Dragons. Brody Thornton first at a minute 13 as Patrick Marcinkiewicz misses the net. It was not a 10-minute, that was just a mistake, I suppose. Barrow, Kyle Moore. Cuts to the right. Barrow behind the net with the puck on the backhand. Barrow will body off an IceCat. He's got Storjahan, who will take a lap around. Colgan, he'll pass the puck off of the pad. Slapper from Lucas Texmo, that misses the cage. And Charlie Bedard, number 9, will toss it into Columbus ice. This is icing. Of course, if you do not know, icing is when a player on one team outside of the red line sends the puck from outside of the red line to the opposing goal line without it touching a teammate. Or the goaltender, that is. I say it so much that I forget that there may be some people who do not know and are new to the game. If you have any questions in the YouTube live chat, I'd be happy to help you out. And if you're new to the game, welcome to the greatest game on earth, by the way. Houston Wilson on the attack. Patrick Marcinkiewicz, how about that poke check from Alex Storjahan? It was going to be imperative for the River Dragons in this game, and it still is, to be able to handle Patrick Marcinkiewicz with his shiftiness when he goes on the offensive. And well, so far tonight, really outside of one look that just came a few moments ago, Patrick's hasn't had much. Jesso gets roughed up a little bit. He's playing his former team, but he kept his cool against the Monroe Moccasins in round 1. Hoping he can do the same and continue to be a positive factor for this River Dragons team here in round 2. Jesso, how about that shoulder onto Hamilton? That's a big boy that Jesso just sent to the deck. Here's Jemayev with a great A and a stick stop by Colgan. Jemayev behind the net. To the line, Samaro moves it quickly. Brody Thornton, a forehand wrister. Hit a pile of bodies in front. Stefanini will shoot from the wall, and he'll toss his man down. Stefanini in front, and Doherty got a tip. Excuse me, that was Jesso, not Doherty. Left point here is Brody Thornton. Calling for the puck is Samaro. Thornton holds onto it instead. Still maintains possession. Right now, PD is exhausted inside of the defensive zone. Not a bad thing to hold on to the puck, and Brody Thornton does just that until he found the lane he was looking for, and Brendan Colgan caught the puck out of the air to freeze play and force immediate timeout with 4 minutes and 34 seconds left to play here in the second stanza of hockey here in Florence.
Sorry we're late. Runs in the family, right? Who are you?
It's simple. We get inside, find the cooler, fill it with Pepsi.
Isn't that breaking and entering?
No, it's just entering.
I'm not seeing a cooler.
No problem.
That pool's for us. There's no lifeguard.
This is Aunt Joni. She's married to Uncle Phil. He's from Boca. Aunt Joni, how is your husband, Phil?
Dead. But I'm very much alive.
I don't quite know.
Can I help you with that?
Oh my gosh, thank you. To Will and Diane, you go together like Pepsi and hot dogs.
Oh, that's so us, babe.
Pepsi, I'm not needed here. Have a great party, guys.
That really is the perfect combo. Are your friends in the blue Pepsi truck coming over too?
Abort! I'm not sorry for bringing flavor!
Oh, I'm singing up here in the booth again. It's time for the Cotton Eye Joe. I was singing out of frustration in Monroe. I'm singing out of pure glee right now. 4:34, the River Dragons up 3-1. 4:34 left in the second period, I should say. Let's adjust that broadcast clock, shall we? There we go. It's now perfect. So Brad Fortin, number 61, he'll connect with Timur Razulov. Underwood, one-timer Huntery fanned on it. Slapper from Somero missed the net. Man, Justin Somero's been just outstanding here in his return to the lineup. To have not played in such a long time and to come back in a big-time playoff game in an absence of one of your best defenders in Mike Wynn. I mean, this performance is just elite from Somero. How about another keep over at the far line? Della Savita moves it. And it's lifted up over the boards, and what do we have? Head coach Bichard saying we should have delay of game right now. The puck landed in the Columbus bench. And head coach Bichard not going to get what he's looking for here. He was pleading his case. The referee comes over to him and gives him some sort of indication to tell him why he's wrong. Or why the referee believes he is wrong, but the official's word is final, and we will skate at even strength. But perhaps Pee Dee got away with one there. Play now back underway. 3:45 and counting left in the second period. The key for the River Dragons here, hold on to this 2-goal lead heading into the third. Elijah Wilson, though, will steamroll his way to the net. Did not crash into Babin. Shout out to Elijah Wilson for halting his forward momentum before things could have gotten dangerous with the netminder, as there's Kyle Moore onto McGill Diaz. Man, the River Dragons really taking it to Pee Dee physically. It's like these two teams in two different leagues in that department. And in the playoffs, well, the team that usually wins the physical battle wins the series, as Tyler Barrow watches that puck hop over his stick. He'll get pressed to the corner boards. Alex Torjahan joins the party, but Pee Dee will squeeze it past the line. Doherty will go across for Texmo. Puck tipped on along to the left of Colgan and airlifted next to the Pee Dee bench and scooped right back up by Lucas Texmo, who will back it up. Texmo to Jemayev. The puck trickles, intercepted by Bedard, and Jemayev on the backhand will roll it on alone. So Welsh, number 23. Drew Welsh out of Trenton, Michigan. Coughs up the puck there. Just so Patakin shoots, and Colgan had to make a blocker save on that shot. That should be offside. Head coach Bichard has a case here if Pee Dee is to score, I'll tell you. It will not matter, though. Scott Doherty all the way out. Here comes a chance for Jemayev and the Dragons. Jemayev has support on behind. I don't think he realized it. He went for Jesso instead, and those two connect with one another. Jesso went head first into the boards. That was the IceCats who had hit Jemayev into Jesso. No icing on that clear from Babin with 95 seconds left in the period. If you're just joining us, this game was 1-1 after 20. It's now 3-1 with 90 seconds left. A reminder that game 2 of this series is Saturday night in Columbus. The puck drops at 7:05 p.m. Game 3, if necessary, will kick off at 6:05 p.m. on Sunday. Then, it's all on the line for whichever team takes this series. A chance incoming for Ryan Hunter. Underwood has Fortin driving to the net. Oh, what a save made by Colgan. Underwood got the puck to the spot, and Fortin got a piece of the biscuit with his stick, and Colgan's pad was just in the way. That's a nice save there from number 35 in black. Remember that one.
1 minute remaining.
Babin out of his net. Thornton moves it away from the two Russians, Laikov and Frolov. Kyle Moore up the ice. This will be offside if Hunter touches it. He realized it in the moment. Columbus the other way will whack it out. Bedard chases it down with 35 ticks to play. Bedard D to D. Storjahan in on the forecheck. Elijah Wilson, one of the three forwards, up in the play, and he takes a tumble. Patrick Marcinkiewicz looking for a goal in the final half minute of the frame. The dish for Marcinkiewicz. He's got it off the wall. Storjahan gets physical with him and rides him right down. Elijah Wilson to the line. Miguel Diaz D to D. Bedard will shoot. Babin the save, and a pluck out of the air from number 72. Things got a little dicey for a moment, and Trevor Babin said, "Get out of here with that one." Gesso, a big draw in the final 8 seconds of the period. He does not come away with it, but Lucas Texmo aggressive, and the puck forced past the line. Gesso hauled down. No penalty called, I don't believe, and Gesso has a word for the referee saying, "You missed one right there, sir." And I don't necessarily disagree. But up 3-1 on the road after 40 minutes, not the time to get upset at the officials, even if they did miss one. Shout out to Gesso, a gamer. He most certainly got tripped. It was not whistled down, but he did real well to turn the other cheek and not engage any further with the referee, and just skated off to the locker room alongside a leader on this team in Alex Storjahan, realizing that the River Dragons, if this score holds, are 20 minutes away from a 1-0 series lead. But a long way to go until we get there. 40 minutes down, a commercial break to come. Go Time will break down the contest when we come back.
You're not the only one.
Vector Ply Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer of carbon, fiberglass, and Kevlar composite fabrics located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our customers depend on us to produce iconic brands such as Malibu and Nautique boats, Cub Crafter airplanes, and the historic C8 mid-engine Corvette. Even the light poles surrounding the Columbus Civic Center were produced by a Vector Ply customer using Vector Ply fabrics. If you're looking for an exciting career with a growing manufacturer located right here in the Chattahoochee Valley, visit our website, VectorPly.com, to learn more about Vector Ply and our opportunities.
Dad, are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe, but life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. Love goes the extra mile.
An orthopedic injury doesn't mean you have to spend hours in the ER. Houston Urgent Ortho now offers orthopedic urgent care 6 days a week. At Houston Urgent Ortho, see an orthopedic specialist for your fracture, sprain, strain, or pain. Everything you need for your orthopedic injury is here, because orthopedics is all we do. Go straight to the specialist. Go to Houston Urgent Ortho.
2.5 minutes gone by in the second intermission. A little bit of a longer intermission here in the second period. 20 minutes in total. My name is Liam Gotimer. I am your play-by-play broadcaster and your media relations manager. Let's talk about the hockey game up to this point. 2 minutes and 24 seconds into the game, we had a flurry of penalties. Nathan Balkwill went off for a rough. Tyler Barrow, the same thing. Or excuse me, reading the other side of the score sheet. Of course, I do that sometimes. Kyle Moore went off for a rough. Kyle Moore was a double minor for roughing at 2:34. It was Tyler Barrow who went off for the fighting major. On the other side for Pee Dee, it was Vadim Frolov who received a minor for roughing. Dennis Zajic, the same thing. And Alexander Laikov, Frolov's fellow countryman, was the man who fought Tyler Barrow. Once again, just 2.5 minutes into the contest. 11:26 is when we would have our first goal of the game, or 10:21, I should say. Ryan Hunter, number 88, assisted by Brad Fortin, number 61, and Lucas Texma, number 6. This was a play that began from beneath the goal line. The puck hopped over Brendan Colgan's net. He went to try and reach to make the catch. He did not. Multiple players whacked at it, and the last one to get a touch was Ryan Hunter. And as a result, he scored his very first goal of the Commissioners Cup playoffs. Just 65 seconds later, Pee Dee would tie the game. It would be Houston Wilson, number 17, on a breakaway, assisted by Dominic Della Savita. This was a chance for the River Dragons that Della Savita had just blocked, and he just funneled it up the ice for Wilson, who had gone in all alone on Trevor Babin and beat him to the blocker's side, leading to the first and only goal of the game for the IceCats. The shots on goal after 20 were initially 11-8, but now that I'm looking at the score sheet again, now it says 17-8. So for the game, it's a little bit lopsided. It's 25-17 Pee Dee as a result of Columbus outshooting Pee Dee 9-8 in the middle frame. In the second, Columbus grabbed themselves the lead once again at a minute 13. It would be Brody Thornton, number 65, assisted by Dustin Jessot, and number 71, Alexander Jemayev. This would be Thornton just flying into the attacking end, and at the circle, he went low on Brendan Colgan. He was not able to shut it down in time, and tickling the twine was Brody Thornton, the blue liner out of Clinton Township, Michigan. It was 2-1 Columbus just like that. Once again, the helpers to Jessot and to Alexander Jemayev. At 5:08, Columbus would score again. It was Brody Thornton, the blue liner, who scored from the far circle at the beginning stages of the period. This time around, it would be Lucas Texmo, another blue liner from the other circle, this time the near side. And, well, a wrister that beat Brendan Colgan, and Columbus, as a result, took a 3-1 lead. Lucas Texmo, of course, played in his very first Commissioners Cup playoff game on Sunday, being inserted back into the lineup after an elongated absence due to playing with his junior team in their pursuit of a Russell Cup, that being the Wasaga River Dragons. Lucas was day-to-day after coming back from Wasaga. He did not play the last couple of games of the regular season, but he had been practicing with the club, and, well, in his second game back, he scores his first playoff goal, and it was a beauty. Congratulations to Lucas Texmo. That goal was scored at 5:08, the primary assist to Tyler Barrow, number 8, and to Kyle Moore, number 15. Well, how about that? 8 different River Dragons on the board. Ryan Hunter with a goal, Brad Fortin with an assist, Lucas Texmo with a goal and an assist, Tyler Barrow a point, Kyle Moore a point, Brody Thornton a goal, Dustin Jessot and Alexander Jemayev an apple each. Now that's what I call production from your offense. The goaltenders, Brendan Colgan, the former River Dragon, and the goaltender of the year in the FPHL just a few years ago, made 14 saves on 17 shots through 40 minutes of play. Columbus needs to keep applying the pressure onto Colgan because they have had success funneling the puck from anywhere and everywhere so far this evening. Trevor Babin on the other side for Columbus, he's had to face 27 shots by the Pee Dee IceCats, and he has made 26 saves. To let you all into a little bit of a conversation, just yesterday, I walked over to the hotel with Trevor Babin, How you doing, Liam? He said, how you doing, Go Time? I said, well, I got to tell you, Trevor, I am just pumped up for this series. He said, you're not even as close to as pumped up as I am. So Trevor Babin, he may be playing his 4th game in 6 nights. And as a goaltender, that is absolutely insane. And credit to the condition that number 72 keeps himself in. But there was no way he was giving up the crease, despite perhaps being a little bit fatigued, being put in a position to play a lot of games in a small amount of time. Something that the FPHL doesn't really happen a lot during the regular season, especially when Trevor Babin had shared the crease for 75% of the year with Tyler Roy. They had gone back and forth until Trevor Babin established himself as the guy. But shout out to Tyler Roy, though, who's backing Tyler Roy right up. Who's backing Trevor Babin up tonight. The shots on goal leaders for each team. First for Columbus, Kyle Moore with 3, Tyler Barrow with 3, Lair Patakin with 3, and Ryan Hunter has 3. On the other side for PD, leading the way is Jacob Hamilton, number 2 on defense. He has 4. Patrick Marcinkiewicz with the same number. Once again, the shots on goal were 10-9 in favor of the IceCats. It keeps changing. 27-17 now for the game. 10:50 left on the intermission clock. That's how long until the puck drops on the 3rd. We will return in just a second.
Vector Ply Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer of carbon, fiberglass, and Kevlar composite fabrics located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our customers depend on us to produce iconic brands such as Malibu and Nautique boats, Cub Crafter airplanes, and the historic C8 mid-engine Corvette. Even the light poles surrounding the Columbus Civic Center were produced by a Vector Ply customer using Vector Ply fabrics. If you're looking for an exciting career with a growing manufacturer located right here in the Chattahoochee Valley, visit our website, VectorPly.com, to learn more about Vector Ply and our opportunities.
It doesn't get an off day, does it?
Neither do the standards. Getting here is part of the job.
Staying ready is the rest.
Ice looks good today.
Doesn't matter if it's the road, the rink, or the grind. You need something that shows up every time.
Longevity?
Season after season.
Mileage? All day, every day.
Kind of young sung hero, huh?
Same reason people trust us. Toyota, reliable wherever the grind takes you.
Every day we're on the road, dedicated to servicing our community and neighbors. At Air Force Heating and Air, we're committed to your family's comfort all year round. Whether you need repairs, maintenance, or new system installation, the Air Force team is here for you, residential and commercial. Plus, we offer duct cleaning and sealant services, air quality and virus protection, and plumbing. Call Air Force Heating and Air today. Serving you is our top priority.
Fans, this is a reminder that round 2 game tickets are now available. Scan that QR code over to the left to get yourself into the building. That meaning the Columbus Civic Center on Saturday night. My voice betrayed me. On Saturday night, I love to see you all here on YouTube Live, especially tonight during a road game. But when we're at home, the boys need you. Scan the QR code on the left to get your tickets. Scan the QR code on the right to get yourself your merchandise. 20% off the entire merch site. What a deal. I tried to get my hands on one of those Columbus or Nowhere hoodies, but I guess they were sold out. Gotta save one for go time now. Come on. I would have bought it, but maybe they're back in stock. Check rdragons.com, scan that QR code, and see if you can get your hands on your favorite River Dragons merch today. He's not playing tonight, but you can still win the jersey right off of his back. Ryan Galvin, number 28. Scan the QR code. It's going to be one fresh jersey. I can confirm, no blood, no rips, no tears, nothing. And if he did suit up tonight, he would have worn it. So Ryan Galvin is the jersey off of the back player. Scan the QR code on the screen for your chance to take home his sweater. It'll be on his back at some point. And I just touched on tickets for the second round of the Commissioners Cup playoffs, which of course begins on home ice for the River Dragons on Saturday night at 7:05. And you, yes you, can take advantage of the Brewster's BOGO bundle. You receive 4 tickets, 4 Brewster's buy one, get one coupons for River Dragons hats, all for just $70. Scan that QR code in the lower left-hand corner of your screen to take advantage of the Brewster's BOGO bundle. Thank you to our friends over at Brewster's. Those River Dragons hats are pretty sweet. Go time, not really a hat guy, you know, because I do have that great hair. But, you know, Father Time comes for all of us, and there might be a time in my life where I might need to rock a hat. If I did, I'm making mine a River Dragons cap. So you can get 4 tickets, some BOGO coupons courtesy of Brewster's, and those hats by scanning that QR code on the screen. We have 4 minutes and 23 seconds till the third period begins, with Columbus looking to lock down this game. Right now, they have a 2-goal lead. It's the most dangerous lead in hockey, though, and the IceCats, one terrific team that love to feed off of the energy that their home crowd gives them. We'll be right back.
Playing for an ultra?
We playing for ultras? Brace you for an ultra?
Put an ultra on it. Don't forget, there's ultras on the line. I didn't.
Michelob Ultra. Superior like beer.
The difference with Beam isn't just speed, it's service that you can count on. And when you call, you'll reach real people who live right here. And when you connect, you'll feel the reliability that makes Beam stand out. And whether it's working from home, streaming your favorites, or keeping up with everyday life, Beam keeps it all running smoothly. And right now, get our 1 gig plan for just $60 a month for your first 3 months. Fast, dependable, and local. Beam Broadband, connection you can count on.
Let Shredaway, a division of the Overbee Company, take care of all your document shredding needs. We can design a custom shredding program for your business today. No need to purchase equipment, no maintenance expenses, no need to prepare records for destruction, increase employee productivity, increase security, no worry. Was it really destroyed? Right now, all new customers can receive 10% off. Shredaway, a division of the Overbee Company, locally owned and operated in downtown Columbus. That's Shredaway, 706-577-9668.
Every day we're on the road, dedicated to servicing our community and neighbors. At Air Force Heating and Air, we're committed to your family's comfort all year round. Whether you need repairs, maintenance, or new system installation, the Air Force team is here for you, residential and commercial. Plus, we offer duct cleaning and sealant services, air quality and virus protection, and plumbing. Call Air Force Heating and Air today. Serving you is our top priority.
What a visual that is. The ice red here in Florence. Shout out to the production crew here at the Florence Civic Center who just do an amazing job. This is a spectacle for sure. This is a hockey town, no doubt about it. They love their IceCats as they come out onto the ice for the final frame. With that said, 20 minutes on the clock. Both teams on the sheet. The Columbus River Dragons and the Pee Dee IceCats for the final regulation period of hockey tonight. In this third period, your River Dragons will skate from left to right. They wear their white uniforms with the black and teal letters and numbers along the back and on the sides, while the IceCats will skate from right to left. They wear their black uniforms with the gray and white letters and numbers along the back and on the sides. The winner of this game takes a commanding 1-0 lead in the series. If the score holds, Columbus has an opportunity to seal the deal on home ice on Saturday night. It'll be Dustin Jessot and Dennis Zychik at the center ice face-off logo. The puck has been dropped. The IceCats take possession. We are officially underway. This is Liam Gotimer saying, it's go time on the final frame. Here is Ben Stefanini, dumped down to the side of the stick of Brendan Colgan. Dustin Jessot, hard into the corner he goes. 4 players battling for the puck. Zychik on the backhand inadvertently pushes it to his goaltender. Jessot is laid to the line, booted by Samaro. How about that? That was a great place. Jemayev will have to settle it outside of the blue line, but you have to love that hockey IQ out of Justin Samaro. Here's Josh Colton, number 5. Up the near wing, Brad Fortin brought down as he connected with Timur Razulov. Houston Wilson falls down. The crowd wants a penalty. They're not going to get one here. Babin out of his net. Colton swipes it. At the dasher, Fortin will scoop it up and begin his approach. Turned back, though, by the 2 Wilsons. This is Houston. He's got Elijah on behind. Elijah spun around by Fortin and checked subsequently by a Dragon. That was Lucas Texmo. And now a 3-on-3 coming. Fortin will not use this opportunity to go on the rush. He'll get it deep behind Colgan. That's a smart play as he allowed Columbus to execute a quick line change on defense. Texmo went off. On the hunt, it's Houston Wilson again. He has the only goal in this game for Pee Dee. It came in the first period, and it came on a breakaway. This will be an icing on the River Dragons here, and it's not. It's waved off. Man, if I'm the IceCats, I'm a little ticked at that, to be honest. So Patrick's Marcinkiewicz in between the circles. A stretch feed. Welsh to the backhand, and Babin shut it down. This is icing on Columbus. Trevor Babin, a $1.58 into the third. Welsh executed his move. He pulled the puck from the forehand to the backhand and forced Babin into the splits. That's a huge save. And you know, in talking to Josh Colton before the game today, I asked him what the more underrated keys to the game would be. He said just stopping that momentum that the IceCats can build. He says when they score, they can score in bunches as Popoff fires into the mitt of Babin, who watched it all the way into said mitt. The Athens Rock Lobsters, they know that. This is a Pee Dee team that during the regular season averaged 3.7 goals per game. Of course, they've only played 2 Commissioners Cup playoff games this year outside of tonight. Their average for goals for are 7.5. 8 goals in game 1, 7 goals in game 2. Well, you know, 41 minutes and 12 seconds, 42 minutes and 12 seconds through this game, got just 1. So Hamilton, left point, straight on, Popoff with his leg up. That was blocked. Balkwill with the puck on the forehand, can't get it out. That took a terrible bounce off of the stanchion. The River Dragons did a real nice job of managing the bad ice surface in Monroe. Not as tough to play on here in Pee Dee, but still not optimal. As Gullo, far wing, for the high slot, he'll shoot. That was a headhunter that just missed Babin. A lower body save made by Babin on a drive from the outside off of the stick of Hamilton. Razulov at center. This will be offside, and Storjahan, I believe, threw a slash onto Dennis Zajac, a slight one. And River Dragons fans, I encourage you to watch tomorrow night's game, Binghamton and Port Huron. You got 2 real good broadcasts to listen to, whichever one you prefer. Will over in Port Huron and Brooks over in Binghamton. Scott Doherty tried to chase it down, but Razulov beat him to the puck. This is Alexander Laikov, the 22-year-old Russian forward, 91 points during the regular season. Razulov to keep at the blue. He'll go across the ice. Another bad bounce off of the boards. But Frolov will keep it moving. Laikov behind the net. He shoves Justin Samaro, who loses his twig, goes down to pick it up. Now the IceCats have some open space. It's Delasavita down to the goal line, and what a save made by Babin. That was a sharp angle, and he had to protect the 5-hole while going across to the far post. This is Razulov. Watch out here. Zajac goes skate to stick, looking for a lane. Nothing there. Columbus can get it out here. Bracing for a check is a River Dragon. That was Dustin Jessot, number 12. Pee Dee still in possession. Jessot has the puck come back to him. He falls down, is only able to clear it as far as the line. Here's a one-timer from Delasavita. He completely flubbed it, and Brody Thornton will block it, skate his way out to center, and shoot onto Colgan, who makes a pad save. So the River Dragons hold off the IceCats here in their early push in the 3rd period. Still have a lot of time left to go, but knowing that the home team was going to make their push to try and get a goal early in this frame, I like the first few shifts. Let's see if it carries over into the remaining parts of this first period, 3rd period, I should say. So Ryan Hunter at the wall. It's lifted up and picked up by Kirk Underwood, the captain. He'll dump and chase. Underwood, far wall, takes a hit to make a play. Thornton from beneath the goal line was searching for Hunter, but Houston Wilson intercepted that. Miguel Diaz stretches, coughed up, That was Lucas Texma, number 6, who extended his twig and made sure that there was no way that puck was getting to its intended receiver. We're exactly 5 minutes into the period. Houston Wilson already with a goal tonight. Missed just wide. Babin extended that glove hand. Wilson to the blue. Miguel Diaz, a slap pass. Welsh. Wilson digs it free and one-hands it to the outskirts of the offensive zone, but nobody was standing there. Colgan out of his cage. Tape to tape for Marcin Kevics to the middle. And it's turned over. This is Tyler Barrow. 1-on-3. He'll swivel in. Kyle Moore's got the puck far dot. He'll fire, and Colgan makes a save. The puck bounces off of the side of the net. Storjahan in pursuit of it, and it's iced by the IceCats.
All right, fans, now we need time for one of the third period. Let me give a shout out to our groups joining us tonight. The Just Two Run Club, Barefoot Fifth Landscaping, Rick's House, and the Sunshine House. All right, fans, time for a quick experience of the game. Joey, take it away.
He matched him all the way. .14:22 left to play here in the third period. The River Dragons have a 3-1 lead. Keeping it right here in Florence. The Pee Dee IceCats finished the regular season with a 24-25-5 1-0 record, 79 points. They won the series against the Athens Rock Lobsters to open up the playoffs by winning Game 1 8-2, Game 2 7-2. That was it. Athens eliminated. And the IceCats to the division final. The River Dragons, on the other hand, well, they mauled the Moccasins in Game 1 8-3. Then Tyler Masternak finally got a start in Game 2 after a crazy decision to put Chris Branch in the net. Nothing against Branch, but with how important Masternak was to his team, I just don't know how he didn't make the trip. River Dragons won the game. Masternak with the shutout in Game 2, and in a Game 3, winner go home on the road in a building in which the River Dragons had not won in all season. They clutched up and won 4-2 behind a Kirk Underwood shorthanded goal. That's your captain. So Lair Patakin behind the net. He has help coming in Nathan Balkwill, and Balkwill will toss it into Pee Dee Ice. A special thank you to everybody joining me tonight on the River Dragons Broadcast Network. I hope you all are enjoying the game, and if you're getting your first taste of go time, here I am. As Robinson shoots and Babin fights it off. I'll tell you what, it's nice to have a series where we can just focus on the hockey and there's not extracurriculars every 5 seconds, like there was in Monroe. Of course, that's just the Moccasin play style. This is a 3-1 lead for Columbus on the road, and it's been a clean game. Really outside of the opening 3 minutes when we had a fight featuring the two top offensive forces for each club, Tyler Barrow and Alexander Leitkov. Play now back underway. This is Jordan Popoff, once a Columbus River Dragon. Popoff out of Calgary, Alberta. Jasso lays the body onto Frolov. You love to see it. Watch out, though. Leitkov with a full head of steam. He's got a man, and Babin, what a save! I said it earlier in the game, and I'll say it again. Holy moly, what a goalie! I mean, come on! That was just nasty, and nasty in a good way. Wow, what else can you say about number 72? I'm literally losing words. Here's Leitkov, shoots, Babin again. He just said to Alexander Leitkov, get out of here with that one. We have a River Dragon fan who messaged me during the game with a design that says, "Holy moly, what a goalie." Thank you for that. May have just made Trevor Babin a bunch of money in merch sales. Do I get a cut 72? I don't want it. You keep making saves like that, we're all good. So Elijah Wilson will get it deep. Patrick Marcinkiewicz braces for a hit that comes. And now Columbus will settle it down. Lucas Texmo is transforming into one of the best blue liners for Columbus, but he was stripped there by Patrick Marcinkiewicz, who hit the window. The puck now to the wall. That most definitely intended, by the way. The River Dragons Mafia like that when I said that earlier in the game. Columbus may have numbers here if they move the puck up, and they do. It's Hunter, and it hit a body. Fortin connects with Razulov. Elijah Wilson will streak up the near wing. He'll reach the red line and get rocked. There's a tip of the puck from the captain, Kirk Underwood. Man, that line of Fortin, Underwood, and Hunter, just sensational since being put together. Storjahan clears it out to center. Barrow in his own territory. Led the league with 112 points during the regular season, his very first year in the FPHL. He turned it over to Welsh on a one-timer, was blocked, and Storjahan will ice it. That's an icing that you have to take, though. Live to win a face-off, and continue on here in this third period. 11:43 left. So Nicholas McGill-Diaz across the ice. Charlie Bedard. He'll shake and bake and cut down the wing, and Babin makes a lower body save. McGill-Diaz keeps it down low. Golo to the line. Shot comes in, and that is blocked. Storjahan looking for it, as are two IceCats, and McGill-Diaz cannot hold the line. Love it. Bedard onto the tape of Golo, thwarted. And now Columbus may work out here. Balk will at the red line. We'll just smack it right back into the possession of McGill-Diaz. But number 21 for Pee Dee is at the end of his shift. He's going to have to go off for a line change here at his next chance. He does just that. Can the River Dragons catch Pee Dee in that line change? They don't. The puck kept in by Frolov. He was negated by Lair Patakin. And now here comes Columbus. This might be an opportunity. It's just so, and Colgan a save. Just so again. He'll swipe it down the wall. Pop off behind the net. Will twist and turn, take a bump from Doherty. And how about that hit from Jesso? Doherty in front, and Jemayev will have to skate over to the dasher. Jesso is there. Hamilton with the puck on his forehand. Frolov had a lot of difficulty with it, but moved it just in time away from Brody Thornton. Thornton would have set up a grade A had he gotten to that puck first. Meanwhile, Popov and Kirk Underwood said no way as he crossed in over the attacking blue. Columbus needs to hold firm here. They have played an amazing game, but we know with Pee Dee, things can turn on a dime. We are exactly halfway through the third. There's a drive from the neutral zone. Kogan a blocker save. Hunter, who opened the scoring tonight, he gets wrapped up and hauled down by Razulov. Elijah Wilson at center. Kirk Underwood topples with him, and they are still not separated, and finally they are. Neither player has any interest in potentially taking a penalty here. Kirk with his team up 2 goals, and Elijah Wilson with his team on life support. So Colton on the backhand. He'll get it all the way out to the neutral zone with 9:18 left. Patrick Marcinkiewicz, that's offside. Let's go to a TV timeout. We will be right back to the Florence Center. The River Dragons have a 3-1 lead. Columbus, it's time to show your pride with official River Dragons merchandise. Every piece lets you take Columbus hockey with you wherever you go. Stand with your team, show your colors, and bring the energy of the ice to your everyday. Get your River Dragons gear today and wear your loyalty to your club loud and proud. Let's go Dragons! I mentioned that many of you may be new to Liam Gotimer. You know, that's me, by the way. I'm a broadcaster that's unpredictable. You never know what you're going to get. So, my favorite musical artist, no longer with us, Jimmy Buffett. I sing sometimes on the broadcast, so here's a favorite song of mine, Cheeseburger in Paradise. I like mine with lettuce and tomato, Heinz 57 and French fried potatoes, big kosher pickle and a cold draft beer. Well, good God almighty, which way do I steer? All right. I promised I would sing, and now you got Go Time singing. Good vibes here in Florence. I hope you all enjoyed. And just to clarify, I in fact do not like mine with lettuce and tomato. Heinz 57 though, and French fried potatoes? Oh yeah. Kyle Moore to the front, and Nick Gullo cleans it up. So Gullo, rink wide, Drew Welsh. Alex Storjahan couldn't get to it first. Welsh goes to the front, save made by Babin. The puck's on the backhand, and Columbus protects the house. Storjahan with an opportunity to clear, he can't. And now the River Dragons will get their zone exit. It's tossed all the way to the opposing goal line. We have no icing though, because Tyler Barrow gets to the puck first. Noah Robinson, far corner. Drew Welsh, who's been a pest in tonight's game. He is just an awesome player. I gotta tip the cap to Drew Welsh. 2 points in 2 playoff games entering play tonight. 20 points in 21 games during the regular season. Here's Lair Patakin, what a pass. Just so shoots, and Colgan just got a piece with his left pad. Stefanini in a foot race against Alexander Laikov. Stefanini cuts to the inside on Laikov. The puck does bleed to the front, and the River Dragons again will get it out of trouble. This is just so. He's got Jemayev joining the party. He just missed picking the glove side of Colgan. 7:50 left. Laikov with Frolov, and down goes Laikov, and on the attack goes Columbus. This is Underwood with Samaro, and the puck pinballed high over Colgan's glove hand. As a River Dragon gets rocked in the far corner, that was Fortin. Hamilton up the ice. That goes off the high glass. Stopping it down at center is the captain, and Kirk Underwood will get it deep again. Just a clinic being put on right now by the Dragons. Samaro, he'll swipe. It comes to the blue, and Brody Thornton shot it straight into the blocker of Colgan. A breakaway pass for Patrick Smarson. Kevix missed him, and Babin all the way out of the net. And the River Dragons ice it. At least I think. Yes, they will. That was a closer race than I thought it was going to be between Hunter and Della Savita. But Della Savita got to that puck first with exactly 6:58 left. Did I catch some of y'all off guard with the cheeseburger in paradise? I could do it all too. Eminem, oh man, that's my jam. Bruno Mars, Uptown Funk, that's my karaoke song. So Dominic Della Savita on the backhand, Babin gets a smother of the biscuit. Game 2 will be Saturday night, 7:05. The puck drops at the Dragon's Lair. Columbus defeated in 3 games each of the last 3 years in the Continental Division Final by the Carolina Thunderbirds. This year, not taking on Carolina, but a team from the same state. Not actually. Thunderbirds playing Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Pee Dee, of course, here in Florence, South Carolina. I'd like to extend a thank you to Aiden and Tom Callahan, who produce and call the games respectively for the Pee Dee IceCats. Thank you for getting me all set up tonight. I most certainly appreciate it. They've been hospitable every single time I've been here. And Tom, I'd like to say, has become a friend of mine. It was a fun chat with him earlier today. We only went 20 minutes, but we could have gone a lot longer. As Storjahan up for Barrow. Barrow right next to his own club's bench. Rink wide, he'll sauce it. Jemayev in the neutral zone with a takeaway. He's got support in Kyle Moore, who streaks down the wing. Moore will turn with the puck on the forehand. Moore centers, Jessot to the line. This is Balkwill. He'll shoot. Did not get through to Colgan. Jessot again. Did the work in the corner to push it back to the blue, but Balkwill had vacated that spot. Jemayev the entry. A hit to the back of number 71. Wilson comes together with Doherty, and Wilson got away from number 13 just in the nick of time. That would have been 6'5" against 6'0" on that check. As Babin makes the save and gets a head tap from Nathan Balkwill. We'll see how long it takes the Pee Dee IceCats to pull Brendan Colgan in favor of the extra attacker, of course, with their team down two. If you're new to either of these teams watching this game, you may watch number 27, Patrick Marcinkiewicz for PD, and say, wow, that's really an interesting player. He's undersized, he's 5'8", but he's just all over the attacking part of the ice. Well, you know, Patrick's had his twin brother Dominic's alongside him this season. Dominic's left the team in favor of the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs. Patrick's, though, stuck around. Here's Elijah Wilson. Save Babin, he couldn't control the rebound. Wilson has it back, one-timer from Patrick Marcinkiewicz, and Babin squeezes the puck right up. We're going to go to immediate timeout. It's the final one of regulation time. Columbus is up 3-1.
Every day we're on the road, dedicated to servicing our community and neighbors. At Air Force Heating and Air, we're committed to your family's comfort all year round. Whether you need repairs, maintenance, or new system installation, the Air Force team is here for you, residential and commercial. Plus, we offer duct cleaning and sealant services, air quality and virus protection, and plumbing. Call Air Force Heating and Air today. Serving you is our top priority.
Oh my cheese. The new OM cheeseburger from Applebee's. We took our juicy all-beef patty, melty American cheese, crispy applewood smoked bacon, spicy honey mustard, and fries, and put it on a sizzling skillet of cheese. So push the cheese, pull the cheese, love the cheese. Too much cheese? Never. Applebee's new OM cheeseburger for $11.99, also on our 2 for $25 menu.
Four minutes, 53 seconds left to play here in regulation time. If you're just joining us, Columbus has a 3-1 lead. The club has received goals from Ryan Hunter, Brody Thornton, and Lucas Texmo tonight. This is game one of the Continental Division Final. In the offensive zone, it's PD. Dominic Della Civita, acquired from Watertown earlier this season. He's been just dynamic on the back end on both sides of the puck since joining the IceCats. He'll slide it across for Timur Razulov, the 36-year-old defenseman out of St. Petersburg, Russia. This will be icing on PD. It is, as Della Civita had no support at the red line. That icing brought to you by our friends over at Air Force Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Jesso takes the face-off against Dennis Zychik. Jesso out of Aurora, Ontario. Loses that face-off there. Frolov only as far as Josh Colton, who stops it down, goes rink wide, and the River Dragons will send it behind the net again. It does bleed out to center, though. Zychik will shoot onto Babin, produce a rebound. That's what he was looking for with 3:50 left. We'll keep an eye on Colgan here with his team down 2 goals. Babin a save. He slides over to the right and gets a cover onto the biscuit. The shots on goal, 42-21 Pee Dee. There's got to be something wrong with that. That's what it says on the scoreboard here. I trust the score sheet a little bit more. Although the IceCats have gotten some volume toward the River Dragon net here in this third period. It's 14-6. It does say 41-23 on the official score sheet. I would argue, though, the River Dragons should have a few more and the IceCats a few less. As there's a trip, not going to call it, though, not with the IceCats down 2. And multiple players went down. Could have been a penalty on both sides. So McGill Diaz for Wilson, coughed up. Here comes Columbus. It's Ryan Hunter as Kyle Moore went down to the deck to keep the play alive. Hunter lifts the stick of his opponent. Man, he's a pest onto Houston Wilson right now. But Wilson will turn away and he'll throw a shot into the glove of Babin and take a shoulder from Hunter to boot. .255 left. Timeout, Pee Dee. You have to wonder, what's the leash like on Brendan Colgan? You're down 2 goals. I think Gary Graham was holding out hope. That's the head coach for the Pee Dee IceCats. I believe he was holding out hope for maybe an even strength goal in the last 2 minutes or so. Pee Dee came close. They've had their best chances of this hockey game here in the third, but that's of course to be expected with desperation climbing. And for head coach Jerome Boom Boom Bichard, who do you put out in this situation? You choose a face-off win because I don't believe Brendan Colgan is going back into the crease, and he's not. The net is empty for the IceCats. Pee Dee is skating 6-on-5. Here we go. It's go time. Multiple players dig for the puck off of the faceoff, but Pee Dee in possession. The shot from Patrick Marcinkiewicz hit a body. Nathan Balk will lift it up over the outstretched glove of Della Savita. So Marcinkiewicz has to scoop it up inside of his own zone with 2:35 left. Marcinkiewicz will fire on, and Babin stands his ground. A reminder that the net is empty. Pee Dee needs 2 goals to tie. It'll be Alex Storjahan who takes the faceoff for Columbus. He wins it, and Jesso was denied in his pursuit to the puck by the IceCats. He may have gotten interfered with there at center. Lytkov down the wing. He's defended real well by the forward Alex Storjahan. Ken Patek seal the deal. Not in that moment. Della Savita will fire on, and Babin stretches all the way out to make the catch on a shot that may have been going wide with 100 And 25 seconds left in this hockey. .206 officially. Clock is still running here in Florence. They're going to need to fix that before we play on. They've got it back to 2:06 now. Zajac is money in the dot. This is a huge face-off coming up here for Columbus. Need it. And they've got it. Is that Kirk Underwood who won that face-off? Yes, it was, the captain. So Della Savita, though, at the blue line, man, he just danced away from Jemayev in the nick of time. He would have had one clear lane to the empty net if he got it past him. Jemayev tries again, but Della Savita again manages the blue line with a plum. We've got 1:43 left. The puck at the near wall, sent to the circle. Della Savita keeps it moving around the umbrella. Della Savita gets it back here, fakes the slap shot, will dish it over to the far dot. On the outer edge of the circle, it's Lykov tapped into the bumper, nothing going on there. 1:25 to go. Slapper from Della Savita, misses the net. Marcinkiewicz in the corner. He's ridden down by the captain, Kirk Underwood. Pee Dee has no players at the point. Now Della Savita cuts into the vacated area, and he'll shoot. Babin the save. Columbus could use a clear here. Fortin gets air underneath the puck. Lykov boots it out to the mid-slot, and Columbus gets it out, and they're going to win the foot race to the puck. It's the captain, Kirk Underwood. He looks behind him for an option. He does not have one. It was just Alex Storjahan. And, well, Pee Dee got into the passing lane in front of Storj in time. Underwood will have another chance, but we're going to have a stoppage here. 54 seconds left. And the River Dragons are going to be called for too many men on the ice. So Pee Dee heads to the power play with the net empty. So they will skate 6-on-4. The IceCats have life here. Win the face-off, clear the puck. You're on the penalty kill, so you can clear at will. Here is Lykov. He shoots, and Babin just got a piece with his mitt. You can shoot for the empty net at will. And the River Dragons will do just that. Storjahan the chip. He gets it deep. He will elect not to go after the biscuit with time dwindling down. 35 seconds left. The IceCats down 2 goals. Patrick Marcinkiewicz with his team shorthanded, or excuse me, on the power play. Marcinkiewicz gets all the way to the goal. The River Dragons dump it down the ice, and this is no icing since they're shorthanded. 20 seconds left. Ticks to go. Patrick Marcinkiewicz will shoot. He misses high. Lucas Texmo with the puck on the forehand. Hamilton keeps it in, but this game, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody watching, is over. The River Dragons win 3-1 in Game 1 of the Continental Division Final. They take a 1-0 lead, and they can clinch a spot in the Commissioners Cup with a win on Saturday night. Columbus will now have 2 opportunities to win 1 game on home ice to clinch a spot in the championship series. I did not want to mention it during regulation time because the announcer's jinx is most certainly a thing. The Columbus River Dragons came into Florence tonight and played a perfect playoff road game. Absolutely amazing. The River Dragons have a 1-0 series lead. And I'll say it one more time for everybody watching. They are 1 win away from a spot in the Commissioners Cup final. Go time here with you in the broadcast booth. I have a spotlight behind me, so it's not, you know, the prettiest background, but always a great time to talk to all of you on the broadcast. Guys, that's a 1-0 series lead, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. HE double hockey sticks, yeah. Let's talk about the game before we let you all go on the River Dragons broadcast network. The game began with some rough stuff. We had a fight between Tyler Barrow and Alexander Lykov around 3 minutes into the game. The first goal of the contest was scored at 10:21. It was Ryan Hunter, number 88, who found the back of the net, assisted by Brad Fortin, number 61, and Lucas Texmo, number 6. Houston Wilson would score a minute 5 later, I should say, on a breakaway to even the score. That's the first and only goal that the IceCats would get on the evening. In the second period, that's when the River Dragons broke through. They received 2 goals, both from blue liners. First, it was Brody Thornton, number 65, who tickled the twine a minute 13 in, assisted by Dustin Jasso and Alexander Jemayev. Then, at 5:08, Lucas Texmo scored his first professional playoff goal, assisted by Tyler Barrow and Kyle Moore. That's all the goals that the River Dragons would need tonight. The final shots on goal via the score sheet, 46-23 in favor of the home side, but the goals are what matters. 3-1 Columbus. Officially, Pee Dee outshoots Columbus 19-6, I should say, in the third. The goaltenders, well, Brendan Colgan takes the loss. He led in every single statistical category entering tonight's game. Keyword, led, past tense. He gives up 3 goals on 23 Dragon shots, while Trevor Babin, playing in his 4th game in 6 nights as a goaltender, made 45 saves on 46 shots. I'm running out of words to describe Trevor Babin. The man, the myth, and most certainly a legend here in Columbus. But it was a full team effort tonight that led to the victory. And once again, the River Dragons can seal the deal with a win on Saturday night. If they don't do so on Saturday, well, they still have a chance on Sunday. We need you there at the Lair, cheering on the boys. And, well, get your tickets now by going over to rdragons.com. Before I let you go on tonight's game, this is a reminder to everybody watching that you can stock up for the second round and perhaps what's to come by taking 20% off our entire merch site. Tickets over to the left, merch over to the right. Scan that QR code to get in on both of those. He did not play tonight, but Ryan Galvin is the jersey off of the back player, so scan that QR code for a chance to win his clean sweater. And, well, if you want to experience playoff hockey, but you want a great deal to go along with it, may I suggest the Brewster's BOGO bundle. Starting at $70, you receive 4 tickets, 4 Brewster's BOGO coupons, and 4 River Dragons hats. Scan that QR code in the lower left-hand corner of your screen to take advantage of that offer. Well, for the final time tonight, the River Dragons win tonight's game by a final score of 3-1. They take a 1-0 lead in the Continental Division Finals. This is a best-of-3 series, by the way. Until next time, this is Liam Gotimer saying, stay safe, stay well, and as always, let's go River Dragons.